Chapter 1389. Fong Ping had just left the secret realm when he met the God-crafting envoy. Or, rather, the God-creation envoy had been waiting. When he saw Fong Ping, he was filled with resentment. This is my territory. My home. He had lived here for 8,000 years. In the end, why was he always being chased out? There was no justice in the world. While he was complaining, he could not help but look at Fong Ping, feeling a little strange. This qi dynamic was a little erratic. He was also a powerhouse whose mentality had gone through a qualitative change. However, as the cat was lying on Fong Ping's shoulder, he could not sense it too clearly. He could not help but ask, "Has the qualitative change succeeded?" Fong Ping went into closed-door cultivation, this time because he knew that Fong Ping wanted to complete a qualitative change in his mentality. After all, Fong Ping's mentality had already reached a limit. Fong Ping felt a little helpless. He said gloomily, "Don't mention it." His brain nucleus couldn't take it anymore. Just as he was about to break through, there were signs of it cracking. Perhaps it was because he had self-destructed too many times previously. Senior Creation, do you think we should kill a few psychic power experts who have broken past 8 and get some psychic power crystals to replenish ourselves? As he said that, Fong Ping grumbled again. My brain nucleus almost burst. Now, my mentality is a little out of control. This mentality path is too difficult to cultivate. The God Creation envoy frowned. You want to split it open? This is not a good thing. Did you not notice that there was a crack in it before? If there were cracks in the past, there would definitely be problems if he wanted to break through to the next realm. Back then, Fong Ping did not dare to break through to the peak because of the crack in his brain. As for the fact that Fong Ping had fused the brain nucleus, no one else knew about this except for Annihilate the Heavenly Emperor who had disappeared and Song Mao. Yes, it was very subtle before, so I didn't pay much attention to it. I thought it had been completely repaired. When I killed King Kuan's clone and seized the mental energy crystal, I thought it had been completely repaired. Who knew that there would be a crack in the core of the brain? Fong Ping was so frustrated that he wanted to vomit blood. What do we do now? Could it be that he was stuck at this stage? My spiritual energy is very strong, close to 100,000 hertz. I'm afraid that the average person's spiritual energy crystal won't be able to repair it. Only a powerhouse whose spiritual energy has undergone a qualitative change can repair it. At this point, Fong Ping sneakily glanced at the God Creation envoy. The God Creation envoy's face turned black. Brat, don't you dare have any ideas about me. Song Mao. Yes, this cat has also undergone a qualitative change. Why don't you kill this cat to make up for it? Meow. In the past, the ash cat was very docile. It had always used its mouth and not its hands. Sometimes, it even found it troublesome to use its mouth. Today, the cat was different. The frying pan bullied the cat. The cat would be angry. The old cat jumped onto his head and poked his head with its claws. The God Creation envoy's face turned pitch black. This cat could actually use its claws to stab people. Hand over the head. The head is also a divine artifact. We can exchange it for a walk. The cat lay on his head and threatened him with an adorable tone. The God Creation envoy was so angry that he was about to vomit blood. Hand over what? Hand over his head. What was this stupid cat thinking? Yes, the skull was forged by a divine artifact, but could it be used as a pot? Fong Ping was also speechless. He roared, "Gentlemen, I have serious business to attend to. What's with the ruckus? My brain nucleus is shattered, and you guys are still making a fuss? What are you doing?" The God Creation envoy grabbed the cat and threw it away. The cat jumped back onto Fong Ping's shoulder and raised its head, full of pride. Are you scared? This cat is not someone to be trifled with now. Second cat and third cat were beaten to death. It was still angry. The frying pan actually dared to bully the cat. It would scratch you to death. Two people and a cat were messing around. Very soon, the heavenly king, Old Wang, and the others arrived. Fang Ping repeated what he said just now. The heavenly king looked at him suspiciously and frowned. There's a crack in the brain. Nucleus? Yes. Fang Ping smiled bitterly. Very quickly he gritted his teeth and said, Now, Feng, Hongyu, the God creation envoy, the cat, you, the heavenly king, as well as Huan and Li Zhu. I'm not sure what's going on with these people. I don't know if their mentality will break through 8. Only by killing these people can I have hope of recovering my brain nucleus. Otherwise, my mentality can't change qualitatively. My combat strength will always stay at breaking through 8. How can I deal with the upcoming crisis? There's really a crack? The heavenly king asked again. Fang Ping rolled his eyes. Of course. Kid, you were full of energy before. It was not a problem for you to break through 9 combat strength. That's vitality. Fang Ping complained. Godfather, why don't you borrow the mentality crystal for a while? In any case, you have 2 sets of clothes. Get lost. The heavenly king roared. Get lost. This kid really dared to think. He actually wanted him to cripple his origin body to help this bastard. What was he thinking? He was 2F** King Despicable. At this moment, Old Wang could not help but frown. You should have taken a good look at it back then. I said that I could find the heaven-exterminating emperor's brain nucleus to help you repair it, but now, even if there's a brain nucleus left, Yao Chengjun might have used it when he went over there now. Sai, you are really careless. When Fang Ping had a problem with his brain nucleus, he had mentioned this before. The heaven-exterminating emperor might have a brain nucleus left behind. Even if it was not the real brain nucleus, it was similar to the heart left behind by the heaven-exterminating emperor. It definitely had some great use. Unfortunately, after Fang Ping said that his brain nucleus had been repaired, Old Wang told Yao Qingjun the place. If there were no accidents, the current Yao Qingjun might have already absorbed that thing. If that was the case, Fang Ping could only hunt powerhouses whose mentality had changed qualitatively to repair it. Old Zhang was also frowning. The injury to his brain nucleus had not healed yet. Old Zhang also looked at Fang Ping with resentment. You kid, your brain nucleus hasn't healed yet. Don't you know that? How do you cultivate? You even broke 8. What's your brain used for? Fang Ping said angrily, who knew that there's still a crack at the core that hasn't healed. Moreover, it was so small that it was almost invisible before it exploded this time. The Emperor's nucleus's power is too strong. It cracked open. If I knew, would I still need you to tell me? Old Zhang was helpless. What could he do? He thought that Fang Ping's mentality had changed qualitatively this time, and his strength could improve further. Now, his brain nucleus could shatter at any time. Old Zhang no longer complained. He said in a low voice, Then, will fusing with the earth strengthen your mentality? Make the crack in the brain nucleus bigger? Fang Ping rubbed his chin, thought for a while, and said, Probably not. The feedback power of Emperor Dao is considered gentle. Can it nourish the brain nucleus? You've also received gifts before. You should know that this power is much gentler than directly devouring other treasures. That's true, Old Zhang said quickly. Then there's no time to lose. Fuse with some cities as soon as possible, and see if you can repair the injury to your brain nucleus. The problem of the brain nucleus is not a small matter. Once a powerhouse with qualitatively changed mentality finds out about this, they will attack your mentality forcefully. If one attack doesn't work 10 or 100 times, your brain nucleus will collapse. Then it's over. As he said that, old Zhang looked at the few people present and said in a low voice, "Everyone, we're all on the same side. Fang Ping won't hide it from everyone. But this matter is only known by us. If outsiders find out, Feng, Hongyu, and the others are all martial artists with qualitatively changed mentality. If they join forces and continuously launch mentality attacks, it will be very troublesome." Heavenly King Zhen rolled his eyes and said, "Don't worry, we won't tell. But this kid, can he hold it in? He might run out and do something himself. Instead of warning us, why not let him calm down?" As soon as he said that, everyone looked at Fang Ping. That made sense. Fang Ping might cause trouble himself. Maybe in a few days, everyone would know about his problem. Fang Ping shrugged and said helplessly, "No, I'm not that kind of person." No one paid attention to him. Would anyone believe him? Old Zhang shouted, "Kid, don't mess around. If you kill those mentality powerhouses, now, it's easy to make people think about it. Try to avoid this. Moreover, the situation in the 3 realms is uncertain now." As he said that, old Zhang told them about the 3 realms ranking list and said in a low voice, "Although there are no emperors in the 3 realms, it doesn't mean there are no emperor clones. Are the Emperor God, Emperor Heaven Reverse, and the others really just clones? That might not be the case. You only killed a few of their clones. The others didn't show up. Even if there are not many clones at Breakthrough 9, what about those at Breakthrough 8 and Breakthrough 7? In addition, there are many powerhouses at Breakthrough 8 who came out of the sky grave. The situation is very unstable now." This time, Taoist Feng tore apart his concealment and revealed the emperor ranking. This person is either a true emperor or an emperor's clone. True emperor. Fang Ping frowned. "They can't come out, right?" Heavenly King Zhen hesitated. "Not necessarily. It's hard to say for others, but these few might be able to get rid of the restrictions and enter the 3 realms." Fang Ping frowned. Heavenly King Zhen continued, "Of course, even if they can get rid of some restrictions, the suppression of the origin will definitely consume a lot of their energy. Even their real bodies might not be able to unleash much of their strength. Under normal circumstances, they won't enter the 3 realms at this time, in case something happens to their real bodies. Previously, the Emperor's strength was actually suppressed by the origin. Otherwise, do you think we can defeat him? That day, he must have unleashed his full strength. Otherwise, there's no need to put on this show with us. The reason he could come that day has a lot to do with the humans. Although there are more vitality cultivators, it will cause the origin chasm to expand. But without becoming emperors, the expansion is limited. Instead, there are more vitality powerhouses which helped him to get rid of some restrictions and enter the 3 realms. Fang Ping nodded. Then his eyes lit up. "Godfather, what do you think if we surround and kill an emperor's clone? Clones can condense mentality crystals too, right? The previous slashes were too powerful. Those few clones don't seem to have this. If we are more careful this time, will there be? Then you might as well kill Hongyu and the rest." Heavenly King Zhen rolled his eyes. He was courting death. Even the current him did not dare to say that he could kill the emperor's clone for sure. A little carelessness, and it would be big trouble. Fang Ping sighed. He felt even more helpless. The cat's tail slapped his head, its face full of curiosity. Liar! Did he trick himself? This sigh, this helplessness, the cat felt like it was real. It was too amazing. Even if the Heavenly King Zhen and the rest had some doubts before, they might have taken it seriously now. Something was wrong with his brain. Big problem. This time, he was really in big trouble. Fang Ping was in a dilemma now. If his vitality was too strong, his mentality could not be controlled, and he would easily lose control. Even if he did not lose control, his control would be reduced. If his mentality was too strong, it would directly devour his brain nucleus, shattering it. If this went on, how could Fong Ping break through 9? If he did not break through 9, how could he participate in the future war? Fong Ping did not care about them. At this moment, Fong Ping got a copy of the Three Realms ranking list from Old Jom. After a glance, Fong Ping was speechless. It broke through 100 million. Emperor Dong Huang and the rest all had vitality that exceeded 100 million. Emperor Run Huang and Earthly Sovereign were also close to 100 million. Fong Ping took a look and suddenly said, "Earthly Sovereign is not dead." Hearing that, the heavenly King Zhen thought for a while and said, "It's hard to be sure about the emperor. Taoist Fengyan might have deliberately thrown this out, or he might really have a clue. However, this ranking list is very credible. If that's the case, the weakest emperor." Fong Ping looked at the heavenly King Zhen. "You're old." The heavenly King Zhen's expression was unfriendly. He said with some annoyance, "This guy? Don't let me catch him, or else he'll be in trouble. How did I break through 9? Come on, we're all on the same side. What's the point of hiding?" Fong Ping rubbed his chin and smiled. 40 million to 50 million. Tell me, is this the strength of the original body or the double body? The heavenly King Zhen played dumb. "No way. Tisk." Fong Ping was disdainful. He said again, "Fist God is actually number 1. Is this guy very strong?" "Very strong." This time, it was the God creation envoy who interrupted. He said solemnly, "Kid, don't underestimate him. Although the underworld God is also ancient, the underworld God doesn't have that kind of ruthlessness. Fist God, this old guy, was a guy who didn't even lose to the 9 emperors back then, nor did he lower his head. This old guy is even older than a few of the 9 emperors. To be honest, he's from the same generation as Qiong and the others." The heavenly King Zhen also said, "That's right. You know the 5 of them, Do, Tian, Qiong, Yang, and Hao. In the same generation as them, there were also Sword God and Saber God. In the end, they were killed by the 9 emperors when they proved their Tao. Although the Fist God has not broken through 9, he has broken through the peak of 8. When the previous emperors' avatars met the Fist God, it was hard to say who would win. Breaking 9 of the origin can suppress the Fist God. If he doesn't break 9, almost no one can suppress him." Fong Ping frowned. "He won't become enemies with the humans, right?" "It's hard to say." The heavenly King Zhen thought for a while and said with a smile, "Why don't we throw the cat out? If we throw it out, he probably won't attack the humans. On the cat's side, there's still Tian Chun and the heavenly dog. These guys seem to be sweeping through the 3 realms recently. They might find a place to dominate. Why don't we find something for them to do?" Meow. The cat's claws slapped over. The cat was angry again. Someone was bullying the cat again. However, the heavenly King Zhen was stronger than the God creation envoy. He grabbed the cat's claws, took out a knife, and said with a smile, "The claws are too sharp. I'll help you cut the cat's nails." Meow. The cat was terrified, looking at him pitifully. The heavenly King Zhen slapped the cat's head, making the cat dizzy. Then he said unhappily, "If you're not that good, you still want to stab people to death. Do you really think you're a tiger?" The cat was devastated. So sad. It was not easy for this cat to work hard and prepare to be a fierce cat, but now I realize the 3 realms are so dangerous. Forget it. This cat will continue to be a cat that eats and sleeps. Fong Ping did not know whether to laugh or cry. The cat just had the intention to fight, and it was already dispirited by someone. This old guy, the heavenly King Zhen, was really not a good person. Of course, Fong Ping was too lazy to say anything. It was better for the cat not to fight. Until now, he still could not figure out the cat's situation. Fong Ping was also a little worried about that black swamp. Tianchen broke 2 doors, and he actually has about 35 million calories of vitality. Didn't this person just revive? This strength is a little beyond my expectations. Fong Ping looked at the list, then looked at the cat, and sighed. Your cat protection captain might be the Celestial Emperor's disciple. Not a nominal one like the 9 emperors, but a real disciple. Big Cat, the Celestial Emperor might not be a good person. The cat became even more depressed. The cat protection captain is still very good. What about Spirit Emperor? Big Fatty is also quite good. What about me? You, the cat muttered. It's also good that you don't bully cats. Fong Ping laughed. Very quickly, he put these aside and said, just 1 sentence, all enemies can be killed. Don't worry too much. Who did not have some relationship with the 9 emperors and the 3 realms powerhouses? If you really had so many concerns, don't fight, just surrender. Old Zhang nodded. Heavenly King Jun said casually, it has nothing to do with me. Fong Ping pursed his lips. Yang God was here, so it had something to do with you. They chatted for a while, and Fong Ping asked, then what should we do next? Old Zhang said quickly, wait, we need to digest what we got this time. It's still fermenting now, and we haven't completely digested everything. And the 3 realms are now in contact with various parties, so they don't have time to find trouble with us. Wait a little longer. Wait until the situation has stabilized. Then we'll look at the situation again and make a decision. All right. Fong Ping had no objections. He said, then I'll go back to Magic City to take a look. I haven't been back for a while. I'll look along the way to see if there are any cities suitable for integration. And Fong Ping looked around and said in a low voice, continue looking. Look for people like Wang Ruobing. These people may all be the Emperor's backup, and they will become big trouble at critical moments. However, if we use them well, they may be very useful. They can let the human race have a batch of powerhouses who have broken through 8. I didn't dare to go to the source before, but now. Fong Ping grinned and said, something has happened to the source. I don't believe that there's still someone who has the time to keep an eye on this side. Perhaps we can try to cut off the connection between the Tao and this place while the emperors aren't paying attention, or simply break open those void gates. Fong Ping, Old Zhang said solemnly, don't take the risk easily. The origin is even more dangerous than the previous secret realm. Emperors are allowed to act there. The emperor was being suppressed, but he was either in the source or nearby. He might be in deep sleep, but that might not be the case. If Fong Ping went there rashly, he could easily run into trouble. We'll see. Fong Ping did not plan to reply. He did want to explore the source. If he could not find the other seedlings, Fong Ping felt that he could start from the source. Those people's source worlds should be in the source. If Wang Ruobing's source world was there, then the others might also be there. However, the probability of them being together was not high. They might have been separated. The origin did not seem big, but the space was layered. The last time Fong Ping went to was only one of the layers of space. Moreover, Fong Ping still wanted to try and see if he could get his hands on true blood there. That drop of true blood had helped Fong Ping a lot. His jade body, jade bones, and the strength of his vitality were all related to that drop of true blood. Fong Ping looked at Old Wang again. Old Wang might need true blood more. This guy's bones seemed to have melted, but he had been strengthening his vitality. The stronger his vitality, the stronger he would be. The current Wang Jinyang was said to have broken 8, but it was not too stable. Heavenly Emperor Zhan only helped him open up his Tao. Chu mainland. Source, Fong Ping actually wanted to go to these 2 places. Many powerhouses returned to Chu mainland this time. Fang Ping had to explore it too. As for the source, it was more mysterious. Of course, it was also more dangerous. Just as Fang Ping was leaving Star Town and rushing toward Magic City, the three realms were also undergoing drastic changes. Every time some powerhouses died, as some powerhouses became stronger, and as the Fengyan list appeared, the situation would change. This time was no exception. June 10th, King Kuan and the rest used their great divine powers and moved God Island, landing it in the Catacombs' northern territory. They occupied several royal cities of the Destiny Royal Court, and the divine sect took root in the Catacombs. The next day, the Demon Emperor no longer thought about ruling the ocean. He also moved the Demon Court mainland, landing it in the Imperial City, where the Guardian Royal Court was located. The Demon Emperor was also domineering this time, summoning the Catacombs demons to meet him and join the Demon Court. Who dared to disobey? No one dared. The Demon Emperor, a Broken Eight powerhouse, a Broken Two Doors powerhouse, ranked 7th on the Broken Eight list, the true overlord powerhouse of the three realms. June 12th, the Heavenly Court announced to the public. Heavenly King Feng joined the Heavenly Court and became one of the 4 emperors of the Heavenly Court. Yes, the Heavenly Court named the 4 emperors this time. No one called themselves the Emperor anymore. Hongyu no longer called himself the Demon Emperor. Hongyu, Li Zhu, Palm Seal Envoy, and Feng became the 4 powerhouses of the Heavenly Court. At this point, the Catacombs had broken 8 powerhouses. The 4 powerhouses of the Heavenly Court had broken 8. On the divine sect side, Hong Kuan and King Qian had broken 8. The Catacombs had gathered a total of 7 powerhouses who broke 8. Not long after the list was announced, the Palm Seal Envoy had broken 1 door and was ranked on the Broken 8 list. Including the Palm Seal Envoy, 7 of the 23 powerhouses who broke 8 were in the Catacombs. On the human side, Fang Ping, Forging God Envoy, and Wang Jinyang only had 3. However, there was a suppressing Heavenly King who broke 9, and his strength was not inferior. On the beginner's side, there were Fist God, Nether God, Spear God, Divine Sovereign, Illusion, Sky Arm, Staff Saint, and Consciousness Breaker. There were 8 of them who broke 8. 3 parties broke 8, a total of 18. At this time, overseas, the divine nation of Chaos became famous. Chaos. This fellow did not know how to invite Tian Chun, Sky Dog, Sherpa, and himself. A total of 4 Broken 8 powerhouses gathered in the divine nation of Chaos. The last one, Moon Spirit, had also moved Mount Wangu adjacent to the divine nation of Chaos. They might have reached some kind of consensus. As a result, the 3 realms did not have 3 legs like they had expected. Instead, 4 major forces gathered. There were 23 Broken 8, and the human side had the least. Of course, this time, Old Zhang had actually picked up the first Broken 7. The Palm Seal Envoy broke through too quickly. He had only stayed for a few days, and he broke through directly. Old Zhang had become the first person to break 7 without knowing it. Because of this, Fang Ping had even called to congratulate him. Old Zhang was so angry that he almost challenged Fang Ping to a one-on-one fight. The Catacombs that had 7 Broken 8 powerhouses guarding were more at ease now. Among the top 10 Broken 8, 4 of them were in the Catacombs. This kind of strength was not weaker than the beginners. Although there were more new martial artists who broke 8, there were also many who were ranked lower. Chapter 1390, Magic City, Macmao. It had not been long since Fang Ping returned to MCMU last time. However, time passed like a year. Under the current situation, the 3 realms were different every day, and the human world was different every day. Although Fang Ping returned to MCMAU not long ago, the current MCMAU was completely different from before. Nowadays, there were fewer battles between humans and the catacombs. Of course, this reduction was relative. This year, since the battle at the Imperial Battleground, the battles had not stopped. Perhaps it was even more than the battles in the past 10 years. However, this month or so, there were indeed fewer battles between the weak. It was all the powerhouses who were fighting, killing saints, killing heavenly kings, slaughtering emperors. Obviously, the weak could not intervene in these battles. In the past, MCMAU had many powerhouses. There were many rank 9 powerhouses, and it was vaguely known as the world's first Holy Land. However, as some of the veteran powerhouses gradually broke through, the number of paragons increased. MCMAU's newly promoted rank 9 was obviously not as fast as these people. In addition, these days, as Fang Ping, Li Changsheng, and the others left one after another, MCMAU's peak combat strength was not enough. June. It was also MCMAU's graduation season in the past. However, today on Earth, a great war was coming. The 4-year school system seemed too long. In addition to the changes in Earth's cultivation environment, a large number of genius martial artists broke through quickly, even surpassing some instructors in a short time. As a result, MCMAU no longer graduated according to years, but based on ability. A rank 6 could graduate. After graduation, they would join the military department or various corps, participate in the catacombs battle, quickly advance to rank 7, and become what people used to call grandmasters. Rank 6 to rank 7 was a barrier. Nowadays, those below rank 7 could not play a big role in the battlefield. Rank 6 was also MCMAU's graduation standard. Quickly join the large corps to fight. After a few times, they could become a rank 7 martial artist if they did not die. Rank 6. 3 years ago, such a person could become a dean. Today, it was only the graduation standard. In the past 3 years, MCMAU had changed greatly. The human crisis had caused MCMAU's holidays to be canceled. There were no more winter and summer holidays. June was the graduation season. It was also the enrollment season. Today, batches of outstanding students from all over the country were heading to MCMAU. Every one of them had a childish look on their faces, but they were also filled with pride and excitement. MCMAU, a legendary martial arts university. Such a legend came from many people. Fang Ping bore the brunt of the attack. Human King Fang Ping, a powerhouse who had slain an emperor. He was ranked 2nd on the 3 realms top 8 list. At his peak, his vitality exceeded 40 million calories. This was also the propaganda of the government in the past few days. Beheading the 9, striking down the emperor, the human king called himself the Demon King. He fought everywhere in the outer realms, winning every battle and conquering every attack. The human race's current cultivation environment was largely due to the sovereign personages. The human king came from MCMAU. According to previous year's rules, Fang Ping had yet to graduate. This year, he was only in his senior year. Human King Fang Ping, Swordsman Longevity, Li Changsheng, Snake King Wu Quishan, Lion King Tang Feng. These people were the current pillars of the human race. Other than these top-notch powerhouses, MCMAU's younger generation had also produced a large number of powerhouses and elites. These people had made a name for themselves in the extraterritorial battlefield. Fairy Sword Chun Yunxi, Devil Butcher Zhao Xuemei, Little Spear King Fu Changding, Explosive Fist Xie Lei, Scholar Sword Zhang Yu, Mad Fist Zhao Lei. These younger generation powerhouses had also emerged one after another. Among them, although a few of them had not achieved peak, their reputations were no less than those of the perilous realm. Devil Butcher Zhao Xuemei was not a title given by humans. It was a title given by the catacombs. A long time ago, Zhao Xiumei had been fighting in the catacombs. For many years, she had almost never returned to school. Even when she did, it was only for a glimpse, and she would disappear quickly. Just a few days ago, Zhao Xiumei fought in the outer realms, single-handedly slaughtering a city. Royal City! She killed 2 rank 9s, more than 10 rank 8s, dozens of rank 7s. She even defeated a heavenly court army that came to help, severely injuring a peak rank 9 general in the heavenly court army and slaughtered thousands of military martial artists, almost all of whom were rank 6 and above. That time, Zhao Xiumei had the title of Devil Butcher. Single honing, female, sovereign personage Fang Ping's junior sister. Like sovereign personage, she was ruthless, killing countless catacombs martial artists. In the past, Zhao Xiumei, who was not very eye-catching when she entered school, had now become a hero and role model in the eyes of countless human females. He didn't have a prominent family background, a powerful father, or a good innate talent. Zhao Xiumei relied on her courage to kill in the catacombs and earn the title of Devil Butcher. Even a desperate realm powerhouse would have to say that she was not inferior to a man. Today was MCMAU's first day of school and also graduation day. A group of new students walked on MCMAU's campus. From time to time, they exclaimed, "Whispers! Look, that looks like Little Gun King." As soon as he said that, countless new students looked over, as if they had seen people from myths. They had seen these people on television, in news reports, and even in movies. However, in reality, not many had seen them. Little Gun King Fu Changdoing, rank 9, 7-stage powerhouse. To people like Fang Ping, those below the heavenly king level were ants. However, to humans, everything changed too quickly. Until now, they were still stuck in the environment where rank 7 was the Grandmaster and rank 9 was the High Grandmaster. Fu Changding, 21 years old, the same age as Sovereign Personage, rank 9, 7-stage rank 9, and had killed several rank 9 powerhouses. In the Outland battlefield, there was a battlefield at the peak and a battlefield below the peak. Fu Changding was quite famous in the battlefield below the peak. Today, they had just entered MCMAU, and they saw the legendary Little Gun King. How could these people not be excited? Sonny Handsome! He carried a long spear on his back. The long spear was blood red, as if it was still dripping blood. However, it did not make people uncomfortable, only endless envy and worship. The other party had probably just returned from the Outland battlefield, killing strong enemies, protecting our country. This was a powerhouse. This was MCMAU. Generation after generation of MCMAU people had fought in the catacombs, fighting for peace for the human race. Countless powerhouses had died in battle. Just thinking about it, the new students' blood surged. This was a martial artist. This was a real man. Fu Changding stepped on the air, disappearing in a flash. Just as everyone was feeling a little regretful, someone behind him laughed and said, "Old Ding, you're back too?" "It's Mad Fist Jiao Lei. The one beside him is his girlfriend, Blood Sword Yang Xiaoman from Mad Lion Sect. They're an immortal couple. I heard that when King Renhuang was in school, Mad Fist and King Renhuang didn't get along, and he was often beaten up. I wonder if it's true? Lower your voice. I heard from my brother that there was such a thing." At that time, Mad Fist entered school as the top student, but on the first day of school, he was beaten up by King Renhuang. After that, he kept looking for trouble with King Renhuang. Every time he looked for trouble, he was beaten up. For half a year, he would show up at school with a swollen face. I heard that after that, he would hide when he saw King Renhuang. It seemed that King Renhuang was too strong and was afraid of killing him with one punch, so he changed to someone else to beat him up. That was why he did not continue to show up at school with a swollen face. That's terrible. Look at how handsome Mad Fist is now. But back then, MCMU people almost forgot what he looked like. An insider introduced, in a low voice, Mad Fist Zhao Lei, rank 9, 8 stage, was even stronger than Fu Changding. However, his terrible history was only a few years ago, so naturally, there were still a lot of people who remembered him. After being embellished by countless seniors who did not know that Mad Fist was beaten up by King Renhuang in the past. He beat Zhao Lei when he was in a bad mood, beat Zhao Lei when the weather was bad, beat Zhao Lei when he had a breakthrough, beat Zhao Lei when his cultivation was successful, beat Zhao Lei when he had nothing better to do. This was the joke that was circulating on the school forum. A joke about King Renhuang. Anyway, he had nothing better to do, so he just beat Zhao Lei up. Zhao Lei's reputation was no less than Devil Butcher and the others. Below, the new students were discussing. In the sky, Fu Changding was grinning from ear to ear. At rank 9, this little bit of noise could not be hidden from them. They were just short of saying that he beat Zhao Lei when he was eating and sleeping. Big Rock, what do you think? Zhao Lei's face turned green, and he snorted. What's there to think about? I beat him up before. After all, is it embarrassing? It's not like I haven't beaten him up before. I've beaten him up a few times too. What was there to be embarrassed about? These guys, why didn't they think about how strong that guy was now? An existence that could kill emperors. He had surpassed countless old antiques, ascended to the top of the 3 realms, and was on par with the 9 emperors and 4 emperors who dominated the 3 realms tens of thousands of years ago. What was wrong with him getting beaten up? Beside him, Yang Xiaoman said impatiently, Fu Changding, don't provoke Zhao Lei for no reason. Be careful that we join forces to beat you up. Fu Changding snorted. You too? You think you can beat me just because Zhao Lei is 1 stage higher than me? Are you kidding me? I'll stab this guy to death with my spear. Other than being a little arrogant from Instructor Tang. What else does this guy have? Rank 9 and 8? Even an 8th stage can't block my spear. Zhao Lei waved his fist. You want to try? So what if I try? While the 2 of them were competing, someone came from behind and laughed. Guys, don't embarrass yourself in front of your juniors. Are you afraid that you haven't embarrassed yourself enough? Senior Zhang. The 3 of them greeted him. Zhang Yu. Back then, he was the president of MCMAU Martial Arts Society. When they first entered the school, he was already a rank 4 martial artist. After that, he broke through one after another, and now he was also a peak rank 9 powerhouse. Zhang Yu's personality was more gentle. However, these days, he had also been fighting in the outer realm. His body still reeked of blood. It was obvious that he had just returned. When Zhang Yu spoke, the few of them gave him face. Fu Changding humphed. Senior Zhang, say no. Otherwise, you'll see what happens today. See what happens? Zhao Lei was not convinced. The 2 of them looked like they were going to fight again. In the next moment, they suddenly fell silent. A silhouette came from the sky. The figure was not tall and even looked a little delicate. However, no one dared to look down on this person. The person had not arrived yet, but the smell of blood made them tremble. It was not like they had never seen blood before. In the past few years, they had also fought countless battles and killed countless people. However, when the few of them met the gaze that was as cold as an iceberg, they all had embarrassed looks on their faces. Devil Butcher, Zhao Xuemei, she had actually returned. They had thought that she would not come back and continue fighting in the catacombs, just like before. Xuemei, Yang Xiaoman shouted in surprise. She had not seen Zhao Xuemei for some time. Now that she saw her, she could not help but feel surprised and scared. She said, I heard that a few days ago you were hunted down by the apex in the catacombs. Are you okay? I'm fine. The smell of blood on Zhao Xuemei's body faded a little. She revealed a faint smile. If it wasn't for the vice-chancellor stopping me, I would have fought with that person that day. The vice-chancellor she mentioned was not Fang Ping, but Wu Quishan. That day, Wu Quishan happened to enter the catacombs and scared the other party away. Otherwise, Zhao Xuemei was prepared to fight with the other party to hone her martial arts. She wanted to see if she could stimulate herself to advance to the apex. There was great terror between life and death. Longevity, swordsmen advanced through battles. Fang Ping was the same. Many people were the same. She wanted to try it too, proving one's Tao, slaying the apex. Unfortunately, Wu Quishan came too quickly. He was worried that something would happen to her and scared the other party away. Zhao Xuemei felt quite regretful. She dared not barge into the inner realm now. There were many powerhouses there. Previously, there was even the palm imprint envoy of Broken Seven. Although she liked to fight, she was not stupid. She would not take the initiative to send herself to death. Hearing what she said, the few of them were speechless. A rank 9 battle apex. Over the years, there were not many who could really fight a rank 9 and win against an apex. Fang Ping, longevity sword, counting with his fingers, it seemed that there were only these two. Even Qi Huanyu, who used to be known as the first person below the catacombs' true king, had never defeated an apex in his life. Fu Chongding and the others stopped fighting at this moment. This person had arrived. If they continued to fight, she might be defeated by her alone. Fu Chongding changed the topic and said with a smile, "Xuemei, I heard that alliance leader Zhao wants to adopt you as his daughter. Why didn't you agree?" Zhao Xingwu, he was once listed in the Wind Cloud list by the God Creation Envoy. He was known as the top 10 influential figures in the past 8,000 years. He was on par with people like Li Zhu and Hong Yu. During this period of time, Zhao Xingwu had also broken through realms one after another. In the land of the king's battlefield, the apex of Tao validation. After that, he also participated in many battles. In addition to the various resources of the human race, these days, there were even rumors that he had broken through the Emperor realm and become an Emperor-level powerhouse. With Zhao Xingwu's support, Zhao Xuemei should be able to walk more steadily. Although the human race fought against the enemy together, the resources allocated to powerhouses were still more. Zhao Xingwu thought highly of Zhao Xuemei. Zhao Xuemei had the same surname as him, so he doted on her even more. He did not need to wait for some resources to give to Zhao Xuemei. Zhao Xuemei might be able to break through the barrier of the apex. Nowadays, there were many powerhouses in the human race. However, other than those external help, there were not many heavenly kings who truly belonged to the human race. Among the saints, only War King and Li Zhen had broken through. Emperor level was the mainstay of the human race. Even Wu Quishan had benefited from these few days. With the help of his vitality, he had forcefully broken through and advanced to Emperor level. Zhao Xuemei smiled faintly. Alliance leader, Zhao thinks highly of me. I also respect Alliance leader Zhao's character. However, there is no need to recognize him as a godfather. Besides, as Zhao Xuemei spoke, she suddenly could not help but laugh. Besides, it's not a good thing to talk about godfather now. The minister recognized him as a godfather. War King recognized him as a godfather. Fang Ping also recognized him as a godfather. At this point, the few of them could not help but laugh. The gossip of these powerhouses was also circulating now. There were not too many social classes in the human race. Besides, Fang Ping and the others were very familiar with them. Everyone did not mind making some jokes. These powerhouses all called him Godfather when there was something, called him Old Ghost when there was nothing, and did not recognize him as a father when there was a fallout. Nowadays, it had almost become an interesting topic that everyone talked about during their leisure time. Godfather, Godfather. Forget it. Whenever they talked about these, it would make people laugh. Everyone laughed for a while. At this moment, young Xiaoman looked into the distance and said in surprise, Yunxi is back too. I haven't seen her for a long time. As soon as she said that, the few of them looked behind them. As expected, Chen Yunxi had returned. Not only did she return, but the petite Chen Yunxi was also carrying an incomparably huge monster in her hands. There was a rumble. The monster was thrown into MCMAU's campus. Chen Yunxi smiled. I heard that today is the start of school. It's a gift for all the juniors. Bathing in the rank 9 monsters' blood and eating rank 9 monsters' meat can help everyone to complete the body honing process. As soon as she said that, the new students were very grateful and thanked her one after another. Zhao Lei also secretly transmitted his voice, gossiping. Zhao Xueme really likes Fang Ping? I didn't see it. You're an idiot. What did you see? Yang Xiaoman rolled her eyes. You're an idiot. That was a long time ago, all right? Zhao Lei said cheekily. That's good too. That guy Fang Ping looks like he can do anything. He beats up whoever he catches. Let's see who he beats up now. It's never too late for a gentleman to take revenge. Sooner or later, he'll make a fool of himself. Stop gloating over my misfortune. Yang Xiaoman shook her head and said, These two are competing like crazy now. It's dangerous. I'm really afraid that they'll fight and kill their way into the restricted area. That'll be troublesome. That's true. Zhao Lei shuddered a little. These two crazy women were using Fang Ping as a role model, as their goal. Although the difference in strength was huge, their guts were not that bad. The restricted area might be extremely dangerous, now that the demon court and the divine sect had moved there. These two might kill their way there someday. They flew in the air while chatting about the situation of the areas they were guarding. After chatting for a while, they arrived at MCMAU's auditorium. They landed one after another and entered the auditorium. At this moment, there were many people in the auditorium. Their auras were all over the place. There were desperation, rank 9, and even rank 8, but there were not many. Among them, the strongest aura was not the longevity sword that was dozing off in front, but Li Hansong, who had just returned to MCMAU. At this moment, Li Hansong was also triumphant, unable to hide his smugness. The smile on his face never stopped. He, Li Hansong, was also on the list this time. Heavenly King list, breaking through 6 lists. Although his ranking was low, at least he was on the list. When he was in the mystic realm, he was only a saint not long ago. However, in the stage guarded by Heaven Reverse Emperor, he improved a lot. After coming out, he gained some glory and cultivated at the place where the seeds exploded for a few days. At this moment, together with Jade Bone, he could unleash the strength of a heavenly king. If Fang Ping did not return to MCMAU, he, Li Hansong, would be the strongest in MCMAU. Although he, Li Hansong, entered MCMAU and did not stay in MCMAU for more than a few days. Until now, he still held the title of MCMAU's deputy dean. Li Hansong grinned happily. He bared his teeth and almost showed off his muscles in front of everyone. Sitting at the side, Old Man Li yawned and said lazily, That's enough. Look at the others. Fang Ping breaking through 8 ranks second, Wang Jinyong breaking through 8 ranks last. Although his ranking is low, he still broke through 8 ranks. Yao Qingjun, who knows where he went, is also breaking through 6 heavenly kings. His ranking is much higher than yours. Aren't you embarrassed to be so smug? Li Hansong's smiling face collapsed. Hit people but not hit their faces. Stab people but not their hearts. What are you doing? I have the strength of a heavenly king. Can't you let me be smug? To Fang Ping, it was enough of a blow. After huffing and puffing for a while, Li Hansong muttered, "You're not stronger than me, first among saints. You're not even as good as me." Old Man Li yawned and said, "It's okay. Little Fang is back. Give me some good stuff. I have great potential. You already have jade bones, and you're still like this. This old man will forge my jade bones and absorb some vitality. Tomorrow, breaking through 6 ranks first. The day after tomorrow, breaking through 8 ranks first. This is nothing. At least I'll take first place all the time. It's better than being the last heavenly king like you." "I'm not the last one," Li Hansong said bitterly. "Western Palace's Sheng Nan is the last one. I'm second to last." Old Man Li rolled his eyes. Mother asterisk cur. Did he have the nerve to say that? Sheng Nan was learning from Celestial Pole. He could not wait to be ranked last. He would be happy too. Did he want to learn from him too? Just as everyone was gathering, Old Man Li's eyes moved. He smiled and said, "He's back." Only then did Li Hansong react. Then his expression changed. He looked at Old Man. "Li, didn't you say you don't have mentality? Being stubborn makes you stupid." Old Man Li sighed. Beside him, Wu Quishan said in amusement, 10,000 daos become 1, 10,000 daos become 1. All forces return to the source. Vitality is also mentality. Li Hansong was even more embarrassed. How embarrassing! Old Man Li yawned. He could not be bothered to talk to him anymore. Very soon, he raised his eyebrows and said, "The big present is here. It's fine if this kid did not come back. Now that he's back, he wants to show off. He's already at this stage, but his temper hasn't changed." At this moment, everyone also noticed something different. Suddenly, a burst of laughter came from beside their ears. "It's rare for him to come back. This is just a small gift. Please accept it. Instructors, juniors, take a walk in the virtual sky realm. Whether you become a dragon or a snake depends on your luck." Rumble! A loud noise was heard. In the next moment, everyone in MCMU felt like they were in a dream. The immortal world had covered MCMAU. In the void, Fang Ping shook the scroll in his hand. He laughed and said, "Even if you break through 9 ranks, you still need to snatch some opportunities. I'll take everything. Everyone, today is the day MCMAU enters the high ranks. I've given the opportunity. Whether you can grasp it or not depends on you. I, Fang Ping, will be selfish for once today." Ha ha ha. Hearty laughter spread throughout MCMAU. In the next moment, someone came to a sudden realization and exclaimed, "Arcane Realm, Virtual Sky, Arcane Realm." "Oh my God!" countless people exclaimed. It was too shocking. This time, Zhang Tao had publicized this matter wantonly in order to build momentum for Fang Ping. The Virtual Sky Realm in the Arcane Realm was also known as the Virtual Sky Arcane Realm by everyone. This was an opportunity that even break through 9 ranks were fighting for. Of course, break through 9 ranks were mainly fighting for the seeds. However, break through 8 powerhouses, including Hongyu and the rest, who would not be envious of this thing. Fang Ping, on the other hand, actually pulled MCMAU into the Virtual Sky Arcane Realm the moment he arrived. Unbelievable! In the next moment, some of the old students were flushed with excitement. They roared, "Congratulations to King Renhuang! Congratulations to MCMAU! Congratulations that had not been heard for a long time. Flattery that had not been heard for a long time. Since Fang Ping entered MCMAU, such congratulations had been heard countless times. During this period of time, it had been a long time since anyone had said it. Today, the congratulations were heard again. Some of the new students who had heard of Fang Ping's gossip came to a sudden realization. They had heard that King Renhuang liked this kind of thing. If that was the case, of course, they had to support him. Congratulations to King Renhuang. Congratulations to MCMAU. The cheers were bouncing. At this moment, as soon as the vitality touched those students, some of their bones were completed directly, entering the middle ranks instantly. This vitality was too rich. Moreover, it did not harm the body. It was simply the #1 treasure land in the 3 realms. Of course, this was only for these people. For Fang Ping, this place was no longer of much use. The sap of the Tao tree had also been collected by the cat. These people could not absorb much of this vitality. After all, their strength was limited. As for Fang Ping, he was laughing heartily, grinning from ear to ear. He had not heard this voice for a long time. The more he listened, the more he liked it. He had not been so happy in a long time. Hearing this familiar voice, all the pain disappeared. The only regret is that idiot leader has disappeared. Fang Ping murmured in his heart. Without a shameless idiot, he was nowhere to be found in the 3 realms, and his name was not on the ranking list. Was he dead? He did not know. Disappeared. It had been a long time. Even Fatty Jiang had lost contact with him now. Maybe he was really dead. Chapter 1391. The virtual sky world covered MCMAU. Among them, even if Fang Ping and the others had absorbed a lot of life force, it was still too much to count. The amount of a small fish was comparable to a saint. How much life force was left in the virtual sky world? Conservatively speaking, there were definitely thousands of them. Old Zhang and the others did not want this thing. Fang Ping gave those that Spirit Emperor gave to Old Zhang, and Old Zhang gave those to Hong Kuan, considered to have fulfilled the previous promise. As for Old Zhang himself, he was not in a hurry to hone his jade bones. The formation of jade bones had an impact on the expansion of Tao. Iron Head did not matter much. This guy had a true Tao. It was fixed. It must be connected to the source. The suppression of the bones did not affect him much. Fang Ping originally wanted to give some to Old Wang, but Old Wang did not want it. What Old Wang needed was not to hone his jade bones. Right now, he needed to stabilize the Tao that Heavenly Emperor Zhan helped him open up. As long as it was stabilized, he could be considered to have broken 8. As such, Fang Ping did not give the life force to these powerhouses. Instead, he gave it to the MCMAU people to cultivate first. These people consumed very little. The difference between rank 8 and rank 9 was huge for saints. A rank 8 martial artist, even a rank 8 7th forging golden body, had a vitality of 100,000 calories. A rank 9, even a peak rank 9, one step away from proving Tao, had a vitality of 400,000 calories at most. In terms of vitality alone, these people and saints were dozens of times apart, not to mention vitality. A small fish was enough for dozens of rank 8 and rank 9 martial artists to hone their golden bodies. There were many high-ranked martial artists in MCMAU now, but even if all of them entered the high ranks, the consumption of resources was less than 10,000 people. These people, if they could consume the amount of 100 small fish, Fang Ping would consider them impressive. However, such a rich vitality was still a great help to everyone, especially for rank 8 martial artists. This was what they lacked the most when they honed their golden bodies. Fang Ping thought that consuming 100 small fish would be enough. But soon, Fang Ping felt something different. This old guy, isn't he afraid of bursting himself? Fang Ping looked at the virtual sky world. A long dragon of life sweeping and devouring, a little speechless. Old Man Li could really eat. This guy had always been a gold-swallowing beast since he was a high rank. Of course, Old Man Li had killed many enemies too. However, Old Man Li, who had achieved the unification of 10,000 Daos, did consume a lot of resources. Without Fang Ping, perhaps not many people in the three realms could afford to support him. Fang Ping had almost forgotten that Old Man Li was a gold-swallowing monster. At this moment, when he felt the anomaly, he realized that something was wrong. This old man was like a starving ghost, as if he hadn't eaten his fill for hundreds of years. Right now, the entire virtual sky world's life force was flowing toward Old Man Li. Old Man Li's body flickered, sometimes golden, sometimes transparent. For a moment, Fang Ping did not even sense his presence. Fang Ping knew Old Man Li's ability. He could directly break into the main path and kill the enemy. That day, when Old Man Li fought Annihilation, he had vaguely displayed this ability. However, at that time, Old Man Li was still unable to enter the Origin universe completely. His real body could not enter the Origin universe. This was something that even Fang Ping could not do. It seemed like the cat could not do it either. Only the Emperor had this ability. Of course, if he really wanted to crack open the Source universe, Fang Ping could do it too. Last time, the God Creation Envoy used the fake path to break through the Source universe. Fang Ping's real body descended into the Source universe and broke through the Vitality Gate. Transparent, looking at the changes in Old Man Li's body, Fang Ping knew that it was not that Old Man Li had honed his jade body and jade bones, but that his physical body had just entered the Source universe. Hence, for a moment, Fang Ping lost his sense of him. Fang Ping frowned slightly, looking at the cat that was lying at the side and watching the commotion. He said with slight doubt, "To enter the Source universe with your physical body, in my opinion, you need to build a passageway to the Source universe, or an existence similar to a boundary point. Only then can you enter with your physical body." Big Cat, how do you think Old Man Li did it? Entering the Source universe, if one could enter it with their physical body and not get lost, it would be a super powerful weapon. Kill me? If you kill me, I'll hide in the Source universe. Powerhouses could only move around in their own Source universe, unless it was like Big Cat, who could roam in the Source universe. It might be able to use the Source's location to hunt you down. However, the Source worlds of both parties would definitely not be together. In the universe, two stars might look very close, but in reality, they were extremely far away. Even Big Cat had to spend a lot of time every time he went through the Source universe to find someone. In this way, if Old Man Li encountered danger and could hide in the Source universe as long as he did not get lost, he could stay there forever. There were not many people who could kill him. Even for a sovereign, it was not easy to move around in the Source universe. It was very troublesome. When the Emperor descended that day, it was a Tao that penetrated to the Source and descended through the Tao. Big Cat was also a little curious, muttering, "If I can do it too, then I don't need to self-destruct and run away." In the past, when it was at Heavenly Emperor Zhan's side, it had self-destructed its golden body in order not to study. Of course, at that time, the golden body was not strong yet. If it self-destructed now, it would be a heavy loss. This was a jade bone and jade body. Even Big Cat had spent tens of thousands of years to successfully forge it. If it could roam in the Source with its real body, Big Cat, could also go wherever it wanted. Unification of 10,000 Daos. Fang Ping frowned. Old Man Li was not the only martial artist who unified 10,000 Daos. Before this, there were also a few deans in MCMAU who chose the path of unification of 10,000 Daos in the end. These people's abilities were also very strong now. However, like Old Man Li, who could slash 10,000 Daos with one sword and enter the source with his body, there was only one person. How did he do it? With doubts, Fong Ping did not interrupt Old Man Li's cultivation at this moment. It would not be too late to ask him after he was done cultivating. Fong Ping did not feel bad about these vitality. The stronger Old Man Li was the better. On the human side, there were not many powerhouses who belonged to themselves. Currently, only Fong Ping, Old Zhang, Old Wang, Tai Tu, and Yao Qingjun had entered the Heavenly King list. Weapon God Envoy and Heavenly King Garrison were considered old antiques. Fong Ping did not care about them. If Li Zhan, War King, and the rest wanted to advance to Heavenly King, they might still need some time. As for Old Man Li, he could kill a saint previously. This time, he was even ranked first on the saint ranking. He might not even lose to some newly advanced Heavenly Kings. This time, the more vitality he absorbed, the better. The amount of 300 small fish was enough to break through the 8-forging jade bone. Fong Ping wanted to see how much stronger this old man could become after absorbing so much vitality. Now, the others added together. Thousands of people did not even absorb as much as this old man. In just a short while, Old Man Li had absorbed almost 30 fish. Fong Ping felt that the old man should be exploding now, absorbing more than 30 times his own vitality. How could he not explode? However, Old Man Li did not explode. Instead, he continued to absorb crazily. Fong Ping, Tai Tu did not need to absorb these anymore. He had successfully forged his jade bone. He did not need this. At this moment, Li Hansong flew out of the virtual sky world. Looking at Old Man Li below, he could not help but be speechless. This old man can really eat. Previously, he boasted to me that he would be the saint first today, the breakthrough 6 first tomorrow. In a few days, he would be the breakthrough 8 first. Even you would have to go down. Could it be that he was right? Fong Ping rolled his eyes. You've learned how to sow discord. No way. Tai Tu refused to admit it, although that was what he thought. He wanted Fong Ping to beat up Old Man Li, who asked this old man to mock him just now. I, Li Hansong, am not big-hearted. It was a pity that Fong Ping did not fall for it. What a pity. Fong Ping gave him a look and said exasperatedly, "Stop talking nonsense. Your advantage is even bigger than Old Wang's. You've successfully forged your jade bone. As long as you open up your life gate, you will break 8 immediately. Not only that, you might even be able to hone your jade bone a second time. Even if you can't compare to a powerhouse who broke 2 doors, I think the difference is not that big. Your path leads straight to the source. It's different from the other people's broken doors." Tai Tu's advantage was still very big. The other people's broken doors were broken through the void gate. Even if they had forged their jade bones previously, like Moon Spirit, she could not achieve a twice honing of her jade bones after breaking through the void gate's life gate. At most, her jade bones were slightly stronger. As for Tai Tu, he had forged it once. His path led straight to the source. He might hone it a second time. At that time, breaking 8 would not be difficult at all. He could even break 9. After all, once he entered the source, he would be considered a true peak. Tai Tu was embarrassed. He said dryly, "Celestial Emperor Batian didn't open up a path for me earlier. I feel that my path is blocked. There's a wall in front of me." His path was different from the others. The others were in darkness. However, this was not the case for them. They had a trail to follow. It was just that the front was blocked. They needed to open it up bit by bit. Fong Ping frowned. "If it doesn't work, Old Cat and I will help you open up the path. Now we can stay in the source for a long time. However, Old Wang said that if you open up the path yourself, your strength control will be higher. If we help you, your strength will suddenly increase by a lot. I'm afraid you'll lose control. Forget it. I'll try again on my own. If it doesn't work, you can help again. Tai Tu shrugged. He would do it himself. His strength control was not very high to begin with. If it suddenly increased by a lot, he might really show signs of losing control. Looking at the MCMAU instructors and students who were cultivating below, Tai Tu suddenly said in a low voice, "Is that guy really dead?" Among Fang Ping and the others, besides Fang Ping, Tai Tu was the closest to Qin Fengqing. In the past, the two of them even risked their lives to go to the boundary zone together. They almost died there. After that, the two of them also cooperated many times and went to the catacombs together many times. In reality, Old Wang and Qin Fengqing's relationship was not bad. There's another person who might know where it is. That opening is not safe now. As for the opening that you opened, no one might know about it. We can go in, but we might not be able to come out. That's why we need your help at the crucial moment. You understand? Fang Ping rolled his eyes at him. The emperor and the others might not know where the opening that Old Wang opened was because both parties had perished together last time. However, Fang Ping had to be careful. Those fellows probably did not know where the opening that Ironhead opened was. Ironhead nodded and did not ask further. However, after some thought, he still asked curiously, "Fang Ping, you said that if we walk the origin path in the opposite direction, why can we go straight to the origin instead of walking out from the origin?" Logically speaking, if it's a straight path, shouldn't this end be in the origin world, and the other end be inside the origin? As soon as he said that, Fang Ping was stunned. He really did not think much about this. The only time Old Wang walked, it was during a crisis. Fang Ping almost died at that time, so he did not have much time to think about this. However, at this moment, Fang Ping was a little absent-minded. Yes, if it was a straight path, one end should be here, and the other end should be inside the origin. As for the Sanjiao Gate, logically speaking, it should be inside the origin. Then why would the Sanjiao Gate be in the outside world? Moreover, if he walked the opposite way through the Sanjiao Gate, why could he enter the origin again, instead of appearing inside the origin? Fang Ping fell into deep thought. Ironhead chuckled and said, "Fang Ping, do you still remember the conditions for forming the brain nucleus? Make the celestial bridge into a ring. Tell me, is our path actually a ring? Therefore, the origin is like a bead, and our path revolves around the origin, passing through the bead. That's why the Sanjiao Gate opens outside the origin." Fang Ping frowned. After thinking for a while, he looked at him and said, "You mean, what I mean is, now that there's a problem with the origin, do you think it's possible that there's a problem with this ring? The ring that was originally sealed has a flaw because of Celestial Emperor. That's why our current path can't be sealed. Therefore, a problem has arisen." Fang Ping looked at him, frowning. "You mean the origin," a thought flashed in Fang Ping's mind. "You're saying that the origin might actually be the same as Wang Ruobing's origin world, that it's also a gathering point for myriad paths. Our path has to pass through the origin." "Yes." Tai Tu nodded. "That's what I'm thinking. Someone created a source world like Wang Ruobing's. It might have been inspired by the origin." Tai Tu continued, "What I mean is, the origin might have originally been where Celestial Emperor's origin world is." Fang Ping, do you think it's possible that Celestial Emperor is not as simple as everyone thinks? His so-called suppression of the origin. Is it also because he wants to find a substitute like the other emperors? Celestial Emperor hopes for people to become emperors. Do you think that Celestial Emperor wants people to prove their path successfully, then kill everyone, fill them into the origin, and detach himself? Fang Ping said in a low voice, "There's this possibility, but I never thought he was a good person. What you're saying isn't very useful. Tai Tu said gloomily, why can't you change your mind? What I'm saying is that Celestial Emperor might have realized that he can't suppress all those emperors. So now Celestial Emperor is actually hoping to borrow the hands of others to kill the emperors. I'm afraid that will eventually help Celestial Emperor achieve his goal. You said that he's suppressed and is filling in the hole. I'm worried that he's not suppressed at all, but is deliberately waiting for an opportunity. Fang Ping looked at him in surprise. Why did this guy think of telling him all these today? And he was thinking a lot too. Why did you suddenly think of suspecting Celestial Emperor? Fang Ping was not defending Celestial Emperor. He had never treated these people as good people. He was just curious about Li Hansong's attitude. Tai Tu thought for a while, then muttered after a while, I was thinking that the emperors might not know all these. They might just be Celestial Emperor's pawns. Some people might be innocent. What are you trying to say? That Li Hansong was even more embarrassed. He said dryly, I want to say, could old Qin be one of the emperor's clones or simply an emperor or something like that? Fang Ping, if he's an emperor, do you think we can kill him too? Can we rope him in? Fang Ping frowned. What do you know? It's not. Quick, say it. Tai Tu hesitated for a moment, but still scratched his ears and cheeks. Actually, it's nothing much. It's just that when I was in Chu mainland, I actually saw that guy once. Fang Ping stared at him with a burning gaze. You've become smarter now. It's fine if you didn't tell me that you've seen him, but you still came to test me. What are you trying to do? That's not what I meant. Li Hansong said gloomily, I was just thinking that we're brothers. He's acting sneakily now, and his strength is unfathomable. Even I can't see through him. You're also the kind of person who can distinguish between friend and foe. If there's a conflict, you have to kill him. But old Qin, he didn't seem to do anything. If you kill him, isn't that killing one's own people? Fang Ping frowned. I'm not as cruel as you say. You saw him in Chu mainland. How did you see him? Why did he go to Chu mainland? Actually, we didn't talk. I just saw him from afar. It was still his back, but I think it was old Qin. Li Hansong actually did not see it clearly, but he was sure that it should be Qin Fengqin. When he left, I asked around. There didn't seem to be any problems in Heavenly Arm mainland, but Li Hansong thought for a while and said, but that day, Heavenly Arm was a little uneasy. I asked him about it, and Heavenly Arm said that a powerhouse might have come to Heavenly Arm mainland. I asked him who it was, but he didn't say. You suspect that Qin Fengqin has seen Heavenly Arm before? Not necessarily, but there should be some connection. Fang Ping pondered for a while. I'll go to Chu mainland later and see if I can find out more about the situation. Heavenly Arm said that a powerhouse had come. Who was Heavenly Arm? A powerhouse who had broken 8. He might not have realized it yet, but it could be seen that the person's strength was not weak. He might have hidden it from him. Why did Qin Fengqin go to Heavenly Arm mainland? What was his strength now? Li Hansong probably suspected that he was a king's avatar, or simply a king. That was why he had analyzed it before. Fang Ping glanced at him and said exasperatedly, Don't play dumb next time. This guy is acting sneakily. He might not be up to something good. He'd better not let me catch him. Otherwise, Li Hansong said dryly, You don't say. Even Sky Arm thinks he's strong. Are you a match for him? Hee. Fang Ping let out a humph. I've broken 9. Do you know that? Was Qin Fengqin an emperor? Fang Ping felt that it was most likely not. Of course, it was hard to say now. He could only be sure when he saw it. However, even the Heavenly King subduing Heavenly King didn't notice any clues, so it couldn't be, right? Or was it related to the Yang spirit? So the Heavenly King subduing Heavenly King hid the news? Was it the Yang spirit? or a pawn of the Yang god. Fang Ping rubbed his chin. Very quickly, he stopped thinking about it. He would know when he saw it. Forget about Qin Fengqing. Even if the sun god and the heavenly emperor himself came, Fang Ping would not be afraid. It was fine if he couldn't beat them, but if he could, he would wipe them all out. Why are you talking so much nonsense? I don't care if you're good or bad, as long as you're an unknown expert. I'll deal with you. The key was still to improve his own strength. Along the way, Fang Ping had also integrated a few cities, but the effect was not too obvious. Perhaps it was because there were too few. He should fuse some more to strengthen his source world. Other than that, it was true blood. These two were the best ways for Fang Ping to improve his strength at the moment. As long as his strength was strong enough, no matter what schemes you had, he would break them with one punch. If there was a problem with the Yang spirit, he would kill it with one punch. If there was a problem with the heavenly emperor, he would kill him with one punch. Chapter 1392. After discussing with Ironhead for a while, the others began to wake up one after another. The weaker the ability, the faster the breakthrough was completed. Vitality was most effective for middle and low-ranked martial artists. In other words, the effect was excellent for those below rank 9. Because in this realm, the main difficulty was body honing and mentality. At rank 9, the difficulty was also origin path. A 1,000 hertz mentality was not too difficult for martial artists who had mastered the mentality cultivation method. Unlike in the past, martial artists might be trapped for life for 1,000 hertz mentality. Of course, the new generation of martial artists improved quickly, but compared to the older generation of martial artists, the gap was still very big. Without those years, without the accumulation of martial arts, these people might advance by leaps and bounds in the early stage, but they were somewhat weak in the later stage. Martial artists were breaking through one after another. Other than this year's new students, many of the older students were breaking through to higher ranks. Almost all of the older students were middle-ranked. There were almost no low-ranked martial artists in MCMAU now, except for the new students who just came to school today. Moreover, almost all of these older students had participated in the Catacombs War and seen blood, so it was easier for them to break through now. Mentality materialization, breaking through to rank 7. Such phenomena appeared continuously in MCMAU today. Sometimes, more than 10 phenomena appeared at the same time. Li Hansong watched for a while and sighed. Cultivation is much easier now. Back then, we wanted to become grandmasters, but who knows how much time and resources we spent. Fang Ping said impatiently, "Come on, is it difficult for you to break through? Didn't I help you cultivate directly to peak rank 6? At that time, when they pushed the door, he helped everyone to push the door. It was not as difficult as Li Hansong said. Li Hansong was embarrassed and laughed dryly. At that time, for those who were close to Fang Ping, it was indeed much easier for them to break through than others. Now that he thought about it, it was a different feeling. Fang Ping watched for a while. A large number of martial artists were breaking through. Although MCMU did not have a situation where all of them were high ranks today, it was not too difficult for even the weaklings to cultivate to rank 6 today. Especially for rank 8 martial artists, this was a godsend opportunity. Body honing to Golden Body 6th refinement was not too difficult, but to reach 7th refinement, that was as difficult as ascending to heaven. Back then, even a top-notch powerhouse like Zhang Tao had only honed to peak 7th refinement. Of course, when Fang Ping said it was 8th refinement, Fang Ping naturally did not take it seriously. When one's body honing reached 7th refinement, there was not much of a difference between them and an early stage rank 9 martial artist. At the ninth refinement, there would be a qualitative change in one's blood essence. However, the ninth refinement was far too difficult. Even if one had enough vitality, not everyone could do it. A ninth refinement golden body could reach a vitality of 200,000 calories. After qualitative change, it could even reach 400,000 calories vitality, the same as a peak rank 9 powerhouse. Even Fong Ping chose to break through before he could cultivate to the peak of the ninth refinement. Fong Ping observed for a while. There were quite a number of rank 8 powerhouses present, but there were those who had broken through to the 7th refinement. There were even fewer who had broken through to the 8th refinement. There was not a single one who had broken through to the 9th refinement. Sure enough, a qualitative change was not a simple matter. Beginner martial artists could, but when they were at rank 6, beginner martial artists would not manifest the Sanjiao Gate. The Sanjiao Gate was connected to the origin of Tao, so it would actually suppress the physique. Watching the students and instructors breaking through one by one, Fong Ping felt much happier. Although in Fong Ping's eyes, anyone below the Heavenly King level was almost useless. However, those who were stronger would at least have the ability to protect themselves when faced with a disaster. Yes, a great disaster. Fong Ping looked at the people from MCMAU and then at Magic City, feeling a little dazed. The day the heavenly mortal boundary wall shattered would be the day of the catastrophe. 3 realms as one. How? The origin universe would descend and the 9-layered heavens would shatter. The celestial realm fragments, the immortal islands beyond the seas, the catacombs, and Earth would merge. This was the merging of the 3 realms. The scene from ancient times was recreated. A continent. This was the primordial era. The sky was round, and the earth was round. The 9 heavens no longer appeared. The source universe no longer divided. This was the ancient era. On that day, the elementary martial arts would fuse, the catacombs would fuse, and the heavens would fall, and the earth would crack. This was the unification of the 3 realms. Fong Ping sighed in his heart. Heavenly King Zhen and the others did not say much about these. They only mentioned it briefly, but Fong Ping knew it clearly even if they did not say it. When that day comes, will Earth still be able to maintain its peace today? Absolutely impossible. It was unknown how many people would lose their lives on that day in the face of an incomparably huge natural and man-made disaster. Even Fong Ping was at his wits' end now. The unification of the 3 realms was almost unstoppable. After the unification, the emperor descended. Fong Ping needed to face a monarch. Otherwise, Master would suppress all heroes and strive for the top of the 3 realms. After looking for a while, he even saw the earthly sovereign, but he did not see him. The boy suddenly laughed. "Is that you?" Taoist Feng Yun, the boy murmured, as if he had somewhat guessed Taoist Feng Yun's identity. At this moment, under the wind cloud list, there were many people. Where there were people, there was a martial world. Where there was a martial world, there was a difference in strength. The wind cloud list was in chaos. Powerhouses entered the list. Those who could enter the list were all influential figures in the 3 realms. How could these martial artists who had no chance of entering the list not be envious and jealous? They also wanted to enter the list. Among these people, the boy was not considered eye-catching. In this place, there were humans, catacombs, humans, demons, and overseas powerhouses. Today, although there were endless battles, there were also some tacit safety zones. This place was where the wind cloud list was. Unless they encountered a sworn enemy, otherwise, large-scale battles would not break out. Sometimes, some top-notch powerhouses might even come to take a look. This was because on the wind cloud list, once one died, the name would disappear. When one broke through, the name would also change. All forces had actually arranged for people to keep an eye on this place. How Taoist Fengyan managed to monitor the three realms, everyone had a vague feeling, but it was not too clear. As such, they could not help but be shocked by Taoist Fengyan's strength and ability. The boy watched for a while, then stopped looking. Following the smell in his memory, he continued to walk forward. Along the way, he saw many people, but the others did not seem to notice him, and no one stopped him. Until he reached the catacombs passageway, the boy was slightly hesitant. Should he go in? The town had actually broken through 9. If he went in, he might be sensed by the town. The boy hesitated slightly, but still decided to go in. He wanted to see where his master buried him. Even if he could not accompany his master to battle, guarding his master's grave might be his next mission. Even though his master said not to care about him, his master would not care about that. However, the boy did not care. Even if his master died, he could not die so miserably. At the very least, he could guard the grave. There were people guarding the passageway. However, to the boy, it wasn't worth mentioning. He wasn't overly cautious, and even when he passed by the guards, no one noticed his presence. The passageway trembled slightly and instantly calmed down. It was so weak that almost no one noticed it. At this moment, in star-suppressing city, the eyes of the heavenly king moved slightly. Suddenly, he disappeared on the spot, instantly tearing through space and leaving. In the blink of an eye, the heavenly king appeared outside a catacombs passageway. After silently sensing for a while, the heavenly king's gaze changed slightly. Although the aura was not obvious, the remaining traces of fluctuations made his expression change. Who was it? There was actually such a powerhouse in the three realms. An emperor or a powerhouse who had broken through 9. The heavenly king's expression changed again and again. He could not think of anyone who could be so strong. Other than those old antiques, who else could it be? In the next moment, another heavenly king arrived. The two bodies merged instantly. The heavenly king was extremely solemn, not daring to be the slightest bit negligent. Without sending a voice transmission to the others, the heavenly king followed the fluctuations that were about to disappear and moved forward. Very strong. The aura was not obvious. The fluctuations dissipated. The strength of the person who came might be stronger than expected. Who was it? The heavenly king was puzzled. Had the emperor appeared? Had the trouble in the source been resolved? Magic City. Feng Ping frowned slightly. In the source world, a city suddenly trembled slightly. Feng Ping checked. It was not a problem in the source world. It seemed that reality had affected the city in the source world. What happened? The situation in the real world was actually reflected in the source world. What happened? Initially, he wanted to wait for old man Li to come out of seclusion. At this moment, Feng Ping did not speak. He grabbed the cat, broke through the air, and disappeared in the blink of an eye. In the cat world, Feng Ping's main body also sensed silently, but did not find anything unusual. But soon, Feng Ping's gaze moved. He seemed to have sensed the movement of the heavenly king. It could be seen that Feng Ping was slightly weaker than the heavenly king now. The heavenly king discovered it very quickly. As for Feng Ping, he only sensed it slightly when the source was in turmoil. Feng Ping discovered the abnormality. The cat sniffed and muttered, "Liar, there seems to be the smell of a powerhouse." "You're a cat, not a dog." Feng Ping reminded it many times, but the cat still did not change. The cat could not be bothered with him. This cat was very strong now, stronger than before. Feng Ping even suspected that this cat might have the strength close to breakthrough 9 now. Of course, whether it was or not, he was not sure. A long time ago, the cat had close to 4 million calories vitality. After that, the jade bone transformation was successful. That was 8 million calories. No, the jade bone transformation was successful. The cat would still have some improvement. Together with the jade body integration, it might be as high as 9 million calories. After that, the source changed qualitatively again. That was 18 million calories. After that, this cat might also complete all the force integration. This point, from the way it played with the force like it was playing with a ball of yarn, Fong Ping had some guesses. Without the vitality augmentation skill, the balance could not be maintained. Even if the force was converted, the excess vitality or mentality would cause imbalance. Of course, if Fong Ping could do it, the cat could do it too. As expected, the cat nodded and said, "I can. My mentality and vitality are about the same, just a little more, so it's very balanced." Fong Ping's heart skipped a beat. Vitality and mentality were about the same. What the F asterisk CK? This cat's vitality was 23 million calories. In other words, its mentality was probably 230,000 hertz. True, the cat's mentality had changed qualitatively a long time ago, so long that Fong Ping did not know when it changed. The cat itself could not remember how long it had been. Anyway, its mentality had always been easy to kill those demons, so it did not care too much. 2,300 force, 46 million calories vitality. Combat techniques enhancement. Fong Ping was about to curse. He had really ignored the cat before. He had almost forgotten that the cat was also a powerhouse. If there was a 15% combat techniques enhancement, would it not be close to 53 million calories? This cat's control of strength was also extremely strong. Otherwise, it would not have been so easy to condense a little tiger that could be taken back at any time during the previous round with Heavenly Emperor. More than 50 million calories. Fong Ping calculated in his heart. He really wanted to curse. The cat was right beside him, but he almost ignored it. This cat was really harmless to humans and animals. It was too easy to be ignored. He should have thought of this when he jumped on the God Builder's head and hit the God Builder. The God Builder did not seem to notice it at that time, but the God Builder's reaction was so fast and his strength was so strong, but he was still hit on the head by the cat. Did he not feel that something was wrong? When the cat jumped on the Sky-Suppressing King's head and was about to hit someone, the Sky-Suppressing King caught it instead of avoiding it from the beginning. According to Fong Ping's understanding of the Sky-Suppressing King, if he sensed it, the Sky-Suppressing King would avoid it instead of letting the cat jump on his head before catching the cat. In other words, the Sky-Suppressing King did not sense it at the beginning. He did not sense it at such a close distance. Of course, it was related to the cat's lack of killing intent. However, it also proved the cat's strength, and Fong Ping and the others seemed to have ignored it. If he had not suddenly thought of this, Fong Ping would have almost forgotten to ask how strong the cat was. Fong Ping glanced at the cat for a while, then looked at it again. The cat looked innocent. Why was he looking at a cat? D*MN cat. Fong Ping suddenly cursed. If that was the case, the strongest powerhouse in the 3 realms was this cat. There was no justice in this. Did the Sky-Suppressing King know? He was a little envious and jealous. This big lazy cat's harvest from this trip to the mystic realm was also shocking. However, not many people thought that the cat would have such a big harvest. On the wind and cloud list, Taoist Feng Yun did not list the cat. Was it because he knew its strength, or because he felt that it could not be calculated? So he did not list it. The cat thought that Fong Ping was in a bad mood because of the arrival of a powerhouse, so it comforted, "Liar, don't be afraid. If we can't beat the other party, we'll run. Don't be afraid. Old man Zhan is still here. He can fight." Fong Ping could not help but complain. You can't fight yourself. I can't beat him. Also, cats don't fight. The cat felt wronged. Previously, it wanted to beat up old man Jun, but he wanted to cut its nails. The cat felt that it was not made for fighting, so it should forget about it. It was a cat, so why fight? The liar was very strong, and so was old man Jun. Later, when he called the big dog, the cat protection team leader, and the old man who gave the Sky Destroyer sword, the cat felt that it did not need to fight. Fong Ping was exhausted. This cat had really broken 9. It was stronger than him, but it did not seem to feel that it was strong. It looked as if they could not beat it even if they were so strong. It was really sad. He was excited for a long time, thinking that he had broken 9. Even if he was not the strongest in the 3 realms, he was the second strongest. But now, he was not even as good as a cat. Moreover, who had sneaked into Earth now. Even King Jun was tracking. Fong Ping was a little confused, but his confidence was boosted. He cursed in his heart. It was useless no matter who came. Previously on Earth, there were 2 people who had broken 9. Now, there were 3. Although this cat was unreliable, he did not need it. If he could block it a little with a force outburst, he would still be a powerhouse who had broken 9. 3 people who had broken 9. They were all real people who had broken 9. Fong Ping felt that if they joined forces now, they could kill an emperor. I have a cat. I'm not afraid of you. Fong Ping muttered in his heart. A dog relied on its master's power, and a man relied on his cat's power. At this moment, Fong Ping suddenly felt that he was really awesome. He had even subdued the emperor cat. Was he convinced? Chapter 1393. Jun is very strong. In a barren land, the servant stopped. He had already sensed Jun's tracking. He seemed to have sensed his master's tomb. In order not to let Jun disturb his master's sleep, he decided to meet Heavenly King Jun. After all, he might have to stay here for a period of time. It was difficult to hide from Heavenly King Jun. Just as he was thinking, the void shook and a figure appeared. Heavenly King Jun appeared. Seeing the expert who entered Earth, Heavenly King Jun was stunned. You're not dead. He knew the servant. This guy was not dead. The servant chuckled. Is it strange that I'm not dead? Isn't it strange? Heavenly King Jun was puzzled. You weren't attacked during the war. You're still alive? Jean's servant. Jean was alone and did not take in any disciples. He opened a school and needed someone to take care of it, so he took in a servant. The servant was not very outstanding. Of course, he was the only person Jean brought with him. Heavenly King Jun had visited Jean before and naturally remembered this guy. However, he did not expect the servant to become so strong after so many years. This was out of his expectations. Heavenly King Jun was surprised. You're in the mystic realm? This was the only way to explain why this fellow was so powerful. Firstly, it took a long time. Secondly, there were many benefits in the mystic realm. Thirdly, Jean Tiandi had been teaching him. Even if this guy was a pig, he should become stronger. Different from others, he was in his real body. With his real body and the guidance of an invincible expert, he would become much stronger. Breaking 9 wasn't rare at all. Breaking 9 would cause quite a commotion. Only in the mystic realm, without breaking the void gate, would no one know. Otherwise, there would not be such a big commotion when Heavenly King broke 9 in the outside world. Until now, Heavenly King Jun did not break the 3rd void gate. There was no need. His mental energy might increase if the 3rd void gate was broken, but it would cause too much commotion, and he might be plotted against. The servant was very strong, but no one noticed. He must have broken through in the mystic realm. The servant looked at Heavenly King Jun and smiled. Lord Jun is indeed smart to find out so quickly, Heavenly King Jun cursed. Nonsense, I'm not an idiot. Why do I feel like this little dwarf is mocking me? What are you doing in the human world? Guarding the tomb. Heavenly King Jun frowned slightly and quickly said, I know what you're thinking, but isn't it better to let John sleep here quietly? You didn't participate in that battle. Clearly, Jean had instructions for you. If you come to the human world now, you might cause some trouble. After saying that, Heavenly King Subduing continued, After all, you are not familiar with the human race. The human race also has experts. If unfamiliar experts come to the human world, it will also make us feel pressured. An expert who had broken through 9 levels. It was indeed stressful. Even the Heavenly King, suppressing Heavenly King, felt a little uneasy. He wasn't too familiar with such an expert and didn't know much about him. Who knew what the other party's goal was? Seeds? Or guarding the tomb? It was hard to say. As Heavenly King Jun was thinking, the void trembled slightly. Both of their expressions changed slightly. They didn't notice anything unusual until they got close. The next moment, Fong Ping walked out of the void, carrying the cat on his shoulder. He glanced at the boy servant, and his gaze shifted slightly. He seemed to have seen this person before. Where did you see it? Powerhouses would not have a bad memory. Fong Ping thought for a while, and his gaze shifted again. He seemed to have caught a glimpse of a short boy servant standing behind Zhan Tiandi in the passageway earlier. Of course, at that time, Fong Ping did not pay much attention. He thought it was a projection, but now it was not. An expert who had broken through 9 levels? Since when did people who had broken through 9 become so worthless that they could just appear out of nowhere? The cat seemed to recognize the boy servant, but he was not too familiar with him. He looked at the boy servant curiously and suddenly muttered, You have second cats sent on you. The boy servant looked at the cat and felt a little emotional. He smiled and said, The human king and the cat came unexpectedly fast. I thought I wouldn't attract your attention. I have lived with second cat for tens of thousands of years. Of course, I have second cats sent. Oh. The cat gave a perfunctory reply. You are not second cat. I don't really want to talk to you. The boy servant did not care. He glanced at Fong Ping and scanned him. However, with the cat around, his senses were not too obvious. Fong Ping came so fast. Indeed, he was much faster than he expected. He thought that the only one in the human world who could discover him was Heavenly King Jun, who knew that in the blink of an eye, Fong Ping and the cat would follow him. Fong Ping did not let his guard down. Zhan's boy servant? Broken 9 levels? Why did he suddenly come to the human world? Although Heavenly King Jun disappeared in the human world, he did not think that a powerhouse who had broken through 9 levels would come here just to mourn Heavenly King Jun. Fong Ping looked at the other party. Vaguely, he and Heavenly King Jun formed a triangle surrounding the boy servant from the front and back. The boy servant saw it, but did not care. He was just a little helpless. He said slowly, Shu Xiang has no intention of becoming an enemy of humans. Shu Xiang? Fong Ping was a little dazed. Just this name? Powerhouses who had broken through 9 levels were already considered emperors in the past. This name was too degrading. However, thinking about it, this was only a boy servant in the past. It did not seem strange. However, Fong Ping was still a little shocked that the boy servant had become an emperor. Were the people from Heavenly King Jun's sect so powerful? Under the emperors, only the Tao tree had broken through 9 levels. Of course, the Sun God sect had produced Heavenly King Jun, and the Heavenly Emperor had also produced many people. However, Heavenly Emperor was the last to become a venerable Supreme Emperor. Thinking about it again, the time flow in the arcane realm was fast. It seemed passable. At this moment, various thoughts appeared in Fang Ping's mind. Suddenly, there was one more powerhouse who had broken through 9 levels. This made him have some ideas. However, at this moment, he did not know if the other party was a friend or a foe. Fang Ping suddenly said, "Wait, why is your name not on the wind cloud list?" Even the heavenly emperor, the sun god, and the earthly sovereign had appeared. Fang Ping felt that Taoist Fengyan might have a way to monitor the 3 realms. Why was the boy servant not on the list? Or could it be that Taoist Fengyan did it on purpose? When the boy servant heard this, he glanced at heavenly King Zhen, then at Fang Ping. After a while, he said, "Taoist Fengyan does not monitor the 3 realms, but the Tao, or rather, the current virtual path. Maybe there are some arrangements on the immortal source or on the virtual gate. As for beginner martial artists, there have always been those few, so he knows who is strong and who is weak. As for me, I went to the arcane realm a long time ago. I did not leave any traces under the immortal source, nor on the virtual gate." Fang Ping frowned and looked at heavenly King Zhen. There are people in the immortal source who do not leave any traces. So why did you? Heavenly King Zhen was not surprised. He said casually, "I left it when the virtual gate appeared. After the immortal source appeared, there was virtual path. This guy might not have cultivated for a few years, so he went straight to the arcane realm." The boy's servant nodded slightly. "At that time, I was not in the mood to cultivate, so I was not monitored by the immortal source. Moreover, I was still weak and not valued. Later, I broke through 9 levels in the arcane realm. When I come out now, the immortal source cannot lock onto me." Fang Ping raised his eyebrows. A powerhouse who had broken through 9 levels was not monitored by the immortal source, or rather, a cultivation path's emperor of the source. What did this mean? Did it mean that the emperor actually did not know of this person's existence? What about the Tao tree? After the Tao tree died, the immortal source erupted a blood rain. This meant that the Tao tree was actually monitored. Did that mean that the emperor already knew that the Tao tree had broken through 9 levels? Fang Ping was a little confused. Maybe the emperor did not know that the Tao tree had broken through 9 levels in the arcane realm. No feedback. He was too lazy to think about this. Fang Ping looked at the boy servant again. He did not care whether the other party was monitored or not. Now, Fang Ping only wanted to figure out the difference between friend and foe. "Senior Bookworm, may I know your purpose for coming to Earth this time?" Fang Ping also went straight to the point. If it was a friend, then the human race's strength would skyrocket. If it was an enemy, maybe he should surround and kill this guy today. This murderous intent flashed and disappeared. However, the boy's servant seemed to have sensed it. Not only him, heavenly King Zhen also sensed it, and his gaze changed slightly. This kid, now he was so savage. A person who had broken through 9. Even the heavenly King Zhen did not dare to say that he could make the other party stay. There might even be great danger. Fang Ping, on the other hand, actually had murderous intent. The boy's servant glanced at Fang Ping, as if he did not care, and said again, "I have no other purpose. I just came to see my homeland, to see the master's place of deep sleep, and to guard the master's grave for a period of time. If I have the time, I might open a school in the human world. When the time comes, I hope that King Zhen will be convenient." Open a school? Fang Ping was stunned. A person who had broken through 9 still had the time to open a school? Was this guy loyal enough to Heavenly Emperor Zhan? Thinking about it, to be able to accompany Heavenly Emperor Zhan for so many years in the mystic realm, he might be loyal. Otherwise, Heavenly Emperor Zhan seemed to be easy to talk to, but he might not be easy to talk to. Fang Ping's heart moved slightly, and he said quickly, "Opening a school is not a problem, but Senior, before Heavenly Emperor Zhan died, he had already told Wang Jinyang to open a school on Earth when the three realms are at peace. Senior, you also want to open one now. Of course, it doesn't matter. One more or one less doesn't matter." Wang Jinyang, the boy servant murmured and said slowly, "Is it the one who merged with the master?" "It's him." The boy servant fell into deep thought, a little dazed. That person was not considered the master. However, he had inherited the master's life origin, so he could be considered a person. He could not tell whether it was a person or not. Before his master left, he told him that he could go to the human world to find him, to see if he liked to read. The boy servant quickly came back to his senses, bowed slightly to the two people, and said, "If this person is willing to open a school, then I will not open one. Can you leave a place for me in this school?" Fang Ping raised his eyebrows. "This is nothing. I'm just curious, Senior. Are you planning to retire on Earth?" Xu Xiang was silent for a while, and soon smiled. "If you don't mind, King Human, it's actually not bad. Senior, don't you know that the great war between the three realms will break out soon?" Fang Ping said in a low voice, "I'll cut to the chase. To be honest, I'm worried about a powerhouse who has broken 9 like you, Senior, staying on Earth. Once the war starts, Senior, you can slaughter the humans on Earth alone. A powerhouse like you is too big of a threat. Moreover, I don't believe that you don't have any ulterior motives. Do you want to wait for death? Or do you think that the Emperor will not attack you?" The boy's servant was a little helpless, and after a moment of silence said, "Don't misunderstand. King Human, Xu Xiang does not have such intentions. If the war between the humans breaks out," the boy's servant hesitated, but still said, "Initially, Master did not want me to avenge him. Master has passed away, so he does not care about this anymore. But Xu Xiang is still a little unwilling. If a war really breaks out, Xu Xiang is willing to fight with King Human and a few others." As he said that, he added, "If Xu Xiang fights, I will only attack the Emperor and a few others. The others are not Master's enemies. Xu Xiang will not fight." "A few others?" Fang Ping was speechless. "You are already burning incense to be able to fight against an emperor. Who expects you to fight against a few people?" Fang Ping looked at him suspiciously. "Avenge Heavenly Emperor Zhan, a powerhouse who had broken 9. If a war broke out, if he continued to hide, he might not be killed. Xu Xiang did not enter the immortal origin to monitor. To be honest, the 9 emperors might not even know that he was still alive. Now that he suddenly appeared, it was still very dangerous. This fellow did not hide properly, but now that he appeared, was he not afraid of dying in the upcoming war?" Fang Ping was a little troubled, and looked at Heavenly King, subduing. Heavenly King, subduing thought for a while, and said telepathically, "This fellow used to be Zhan's boy servant. He has been by his side for many years. When he was still young, he was on Zhan's side. I have seen him a few times. If it's to avenge Zhan, it should still be possible. Kid, what do you think? Should he banish him or keep him? Staying on Earth would have to bear a certain risk. If he banished him, he might also offend the boy servant. A broken 9 was not a weakling, but a top-notch powerhouse. Offending him might not be a good thing." Fang Ping was also a little hesitant. He was suspicious of everyone. He had seen the selfishness of powerhouses. The passage of time had made these people change. Fang Ping was not sure if the boy servant could maintain his original intentions. Who knew if the boy servant deliberately stayed on Earth, wanting to seize the seed at a critical moment, or simply kill the human race to lure the seed out? If the powerhouses inside made a move, it could not be stopped. This was a huge risk. "I have not broken through the real door and entered the source. Although my strength has broken 9, I am definitely not a match for the emperor. My strength is comparable to the Tao tree. However, if the war starts, I can break through the door and enter the source. My strength will also increase. Even if I am not a match for the emperor, I can still stop him. Enter the source. After breaking through 9 and entering the source, he could continue to increase his strength, increase his Tao, and strengthen himself. There were also many opportunities in the source. True blood, the star fragments. Even when breaking through the door, there would be an increase. These were all opportunities. However, if he did not enter the source, he would not have these opportunities. Fang Ping's gaze moved slightly. It was not impossible for him to enter the source after breaking through 9. He did not have to go through the door. Stow away. Fang Ping rubbed his chin and suddenly said, Senior, breaking through 9 is also considered an emperor. Since the emperor can walk in the source universe, can you do it too, Senior? No. The boy's servant denied. Unless you enter the source and find some broken star fragments in the past to suppress the source, then you can walk in the source universe. Otherwise, it is extremely easy to get lost in the source universe. Heavenly King Subduing also said, Kid, it's not that easy to enter the source physically. As for us, our source bodies can walk in the source universe, but it is too difficult to enter physically. Of course, after the 3 realms become one, the rules will change. When that time comes, there will be no problem. Fang Ping understood and thought of Old Man Li. Without asking about Old Man Li, Fang Ping asked curiously, Are you guys talking about the Celestial Emperor's debris of the star that shattered? After so many years, could it be that there are still remnants? Not all of them were taken away by the Emperor? The source is complicated. Even the Emperor dare not enter rashly. Heavenly King, Subduing, did not care too much. He smiled. The star fragments are scattered in the source. The source may not seem big, but it is divided into many spaces. It is not that easy to find. Moreover, there are many fragments in the past. Even if the Emperor takes away some, he might not be able to take all of them. Having said that, he suddenly said telepathically, Wang Ruobing's source world might be made from fragments. Fang Ping's gaze moved slightly. Made from star fragments. No wonder it could be placed in the source and not be affected by the source. It seemed like he really had to make a trip to the source. He wanted to see if he could get some fragments to expand the source. Other than that, it was to let his body enter the source. If his body did not enter the source, even if Fang Ping broke through 9, his source body in the source universe could only unleash the strength of a breakthrough 8. If that was the case, how could he fight against the Emperor? Fang Ping was not someone who would wait for death. It was said that the Emperor would only descend when the 3 realms were united. However, if he could enter the source universe in advance, Fang Ping did not mind killing the Emperor in advance if he had the chance. Who said that he had to wait for them to kill? Was it not okay if he killed them? If he brought Heavenly King Subduing, the cat, and the boy servant for breakthroughs, and found the sleeping place of an emperor, would there be no hope of killing the Emperor? There was still hope. When the time came, if the Emperor did not know who killed one person, there might be internal strife and suspicion. This would be even better. Thinking of this, Fang Ping did not care about the boy servant anymore. Let Old Wang keep an eye on him first. Even if the boy servant had a purpose, he would not make a move now. Old Wang's safety was still guaranteed. He had to go to the Chu mainland and the source first. Senior, please help yourself. I still have something to do. I will take my leave first. I will inform Wang Jinyang immediately. I will accompany you for a stroll and see the human world today. Fang Ping threw these words and left immediately. As soon as he left, the boy servant's gaze was a little strange. He looked at Heavenly King Subduing and asked curiously, Lord Subduing, what is the strength of the king now? Breakthrough 8. Heavenly King Subduing replied, casually. The boy servant, however, frowned slightly. Breakthrough 8. It does feel like a breakthrough 8. But when I entered the human world, he found out very quickly. Maybe the cat smelled it. Heavenly King Subduing did not bother to talk about this. He rubbed his chin and looked at him. You said that Fengyan found out about our strength by monitoring the immortal source and the gate of void. Is it suspicious? Who is this guy? Before the boy's servant could answer, Heavenly King Subduing said again, could it be the earthly sovereign? The boy's servant thought about it and said, uncertainly, the immortal source was tampered with. Master also found some clues in the past. The earthly sovereign, the Emperor Run Huang, and the Heaven Emperor might have done something. But it should not be the Heaven Emperor. Otherwise, he should be able to sense my presence. It should be one of the Heaven Reverse Emperor, the East Emperor, the Emperor Run Huang, and the earthly sovereign. The East Emperor is more likely. How? Heavenly King Subduing mumbled. Was it East Emperor? What was this old guy trying to do? Was Fengyan his avatar or his real body? Heavenly King Subduing was a little confused. He did not know what these guys were doing. Was there a need to be so mysterious? Heavenly King Subduing did not dwell on this anymore. He glanced at him and said, you better behave yourself. I don't want to scare you. The current leaders of the human race were all ruthless characters who would eat people up without spitting out their bones. Don't think that you are invincible just because you broke 9. To be honest, I did not know if they could kill those who broke 9. But now I know that they can. The Path Tree's death is proof. If you piss them off, Fang Ping and Zhang Tao can work together to kill you. Besides, I am still here. Heavenly King Subduing was not trying to scare him. He did not believe that the boy servant did not know that the Path Tree was killed. Fang Ping and Zhang Tao worked together. Zhang Tao provided the Tao. It was not impossible for Fang Ping to kill the boy servant. But if that happened, the human race would not be willing to suffer heavy losses. Heavenly King Subduing still threatened the boy servant to prevent him from acting recklessly. The boy servant smiled bitterly. Of course not. What's more, Lord Subduing combined his body. I am not a match for him. Heavenly King Subduing curled his lips. Even if he did not combine his body, he would not be afraid of you. But now, many people knew that he had 2 bodies. This was a bit of a headache. Seeing that he did not speak, the boy servant said again, Sir, your beginner martial body has not broken 9 yet. Heavenly King Subduing's gaze was unfriendly. What did he mean? The boy servant smiled. In the past, Master once mentioned you. Sir, you have walked very far on the path of beginner martial. His Tao of origin was progressing at a tremendous pace. But it is harder to break 9 in beginner martial than origin. Master once said that if you continue to cultivate beginner martial, if you want to break 9, there is only one path. Speak. Heavenly King Subduing wanted to hear what John had to say. The boy servant smiled. Actually, what happened before was an opportunity. If you devour that seed projection, you may be able to break 9 forcefully. Heavenly King Subduing also knew this. He shook his head. There is a chance, but everyone is watching. It is fine if Fang Ping is thrown to earth. If I devour him, do you believe that the Divine Emperor and the others will keep chasing me even if they are devoured? Even the underworld god was stopped when he wanted to devour him. That was when he broke 9 in beginner martial. Although he also broke 9 in beginner martial, he had 2 bodies. Even the Divine Emperor and the others did not dare to let him break 9 in both bodies. The boy servant also understood this and said, then you can only use force outburst and walk the path of balance. Sir, your vitality force is enough, but your spiritual consciousness force is slightly lacking. You can't complete the balance of beginner martial body. I know this. Heavenly King, subduing, rolled his eyes. Nonsense! Do I need you to tell me this? How could I not know? The boy servant was not angry. He still said calmly, "Actually, there is a way. Master said that if you are brave enough, you can shatter your own brain and use your spiritual consciousness force to break the barrier, maintain balance with your vitality force, and instantly fuse the force to break 9 levels of beginner martial. If that is the case, you will break 9. Nonsense, of course I know that, but isn't that courting death? Heavenly King, subduing, rolled his eyes. The boy servant smiled. Master was just saying it casually before. He did not know that you still have a beginner martial body. But now, you still want to combine both bodies. If that is the case, you do not need 2 lives, but 1. When you are at the peak of breaking 9 and fuse, you will not die. Instead, you will continue to live and truly combine both bodies. Heavenly King, subduing, was stunned. He seemed to have walked into a dead end. Previously, it was not that he did not think of this, but this was a dead end. If you asked him to die, of course, he would not do it. But now, Heavenly King, subduing, frowned and murmured, "It is very difficult. Although I can use force outburst after shattering my brain, I will die in an instant. At this moment, I have to convert all of them into force outburst. If I succeed in converting all of them, I might die as a beginner martial body before I break 9. He shook his head. It was extremely difficult. Could he complete the force outburst in an instant? Even he could not guarantee it. If that was the case, the beginner martial body would really die. Don't try to fool me. I won't do it. Heavenly King, subduing, scolded the boy servant a few times and disappeared on the spot. He wouldn't do it. How dangerous. The boy servant laughed. He did not care. Heavenly King, subduing, was just saying. Chapter 1394. After leaving the boy servant's place, Fong Ping returned to MCMAU again. Not much time had passed between his departure and his return. Wu Quishan and Tai Tu glanced at Fong Ping. Fong Ping shook his head slightly, not saying much about the boy servant. A powerhouse at Breakthrough 9 only brought them pressure. It would be useless to say anything. Moreover, the boy servant came to Earth secretly. The Emperor might not even know anything. This was considered a trump card. Although the boy servant was no match for the Emperor, he could break the real door at the critical moment. Even if he was no match for the Emperor, it would not be a problem to stop him for a while. Could Breakthrough 8 stop the Emperor? Obviously not. It was enough to stop him. Why is this old man still absorbing? Fong Ping did not mention the boy servant. He suddenly cursed. He was cursing old man Li. The old man could really eat. He had only left for a while, but he felt that the vitality of the virtual sky world was almost reduced by 1/5. That was 200 small fish. Even if the rest of MCMAU absorbed 100, this old man had also absorbed 100. This consumption was much more than a heavenly king. If a heavenly king did not hone his jade bones, he would not need so much vitality. Wu Quishan laughed. Li Hansong said dryly, "He can absorb. Is this old man really going to become a heavenly king?" Just now, old man Li said that Breakthrough 6 would be first tomorrow. He had already absorbed so much. Would he really become a heavenly king? Unfortunately, he could not see old man Li's strength. There were no anomalies. He did not walk the origin path. The previous Tao had been completely integrated by old man Li. Right now, it was really similar to beginners. The key was that beginners could not come into contact with the origin. Old man Li could even enter the origin universe. This was also the difference. While they were talking, a low roar was heard. In the next moment, a roar came from Old Man Li's body, but his aura was not obvious. However, they knew that this old man had a breakthrough. Fang Ping sensed for a while. Even he could not sense it very clearly. Old Man Li's aura was very ethereal. In the next moment, Old Man Li's body moved slightly and disappeared from the virtual sky world. Fang Ping's eyes moved. Just as he was about to sense, he suddenly took a step back. Pooh! Just as Fang Ping left, a sword tip appeared where he was standing just now. It was extremely sharp, cutting through space. Fang Ping retreated, avoiding the sneak attack. In the next instant, the look in his eyes changed once more. His avatar and real body could use the source world. At this moment, Fang Ping sensed an anomaly in the source world. In an instant, he appeared in the source world. Fang Ping scanned his surroundings. Old Man Li did not appear in his source world, but Fang Ping's gaze flickered. Immediately, he sensed someone standing outside the source world. My sky-crushing sword stabbed it. But why does it feel like it's blocked? Fang Ping said exasperatedly. You still have the cheek to say that. Stab me with the sky-crushing sword. Nonsense. You've broken 8. If I don't use the sky-crushing sword, can I stab you? Old Man Li wanted to test out his combat techniques and strength. Of course, he had to test it out on Fang Ping. This fellow was very strong. He was not afraid of hurting Fang Ping. Even if his source was torn apart a small opening, with Fang Ping's strength, he could recover in no time. In the end, he did not expect that he did not barge in at all. Fang Ping pursed his lips. Old Man Li looked at the opening that Fang Ping had come out from. He raised his eyebrows and said, There are still some loopholes here. Don't think too much. Fang Ping snorted. I've blocked it with the chi wall of the source below. I don't even know how thick it is. Do you think that if I don't stop you, you can pierce it? When he was in Feng Na, he had learned the method of compressing the chi of the source. Fang Ping was also afraid that someone would barge into his source and attack him. There were not many loopholes in his source world now. Hence, he opened this opening. However, Fang Ping did not leave this opening open. Instead, he sealed it with a thick chi wall of the source. Even if someone wanted to break through, Fang Ping could discover it instantly. The other party was not that fast either. Fang Ping could deal with it in time. If it were not for the preparation of pretending to be a great Dao in the future, Fang Ping would have sealed this opening completely. Of course, it was not too troublesome now. Those whose mentality was stronger than his were only those people. If the other party really attacked, Fang Ping might not be a match for them even without destroying the source. Without wasting any more words with Old Man Li, Fang Ping quickly disappeared on the spot. The next moment, Old Man Li's vision blurred. Fang Ping's star of the source disappeared without a trace in the blink of an eye. Although it was difficult to move the star of the source, it was not that it could not be moved at all. As the powerhouse's position changed, the star of the source would also change. Seeing that, Old Man Li did not dare to delay. Very quickly, he also disappeared in the source universe. Bang! The void exploded. Old Man Li walked out of the source universe, his face slightly pale. It looked like he would be under a lot of pressure inside. Fang Ping had already returned to reality at this moment. He glanced at the old man and grinned. It's not bad to be an assassin. Your aura is very obscure, and you can even destroy the source. If broken 6 heavenly kings fought with you, I'm afraid there's a high chance that they would be killed by you. However, if it's broken 7, with your strength, I'm afraid you won't be able to destroy the other party's source. How long can you last in the source universe? If it's not long, you'll fall from the source universe very soon. Your strength will be greatly reduced. When that time comes, you'll be at the mercy of others. Old Man Li's strength was even stronger this time. He gave Fong Ping the feeling that even if he did not kill his way into the source, his explosive power would probably be 6 to 7 million cal. This was the realm of broken 6 heavenly kings. However, what Old Man Li was most fearful of now was that he could kill his way into the source with his body and destroy or starve the source. This was similar to Fong Ping's Dao / back then. No, it was even stronger. Fong Ping's Dao / was only his origin body entering with a divine weapon. The strength that he could unleash was actually limited. On the other hand, Old Man Li's real body entered with a divine weapon. The strength that he unleashed was his real body's full strength. This was stronger than Fong Ping. Of course, Old Man Li might not be able to break through a powerhouse's source that was too strong. Even if Fong Ping did not stop him just now, Old Man Li might not be able to kill his way into his source. Old Man Li knew this himself. He exhaled and said, "Not bad. I feel like I can last for 7 to 8 seconds. If it's the limit, I should be able to last for 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, I destroy the other party's source, and I'll win. If I can't destroy it, then there's no other way. I can only come out of the source universe. The pressure over there is very strong. My body might explode in 10 seconds. Only 10 seconds? Fong Ping was a little unsatisfied. It was too short. This bit of time was enough to kill people. It was not enough to roam the source universe. Old Man Li could not be bothered with him. Short, for powerhouses, sometimes killing their opponents could be done in an instant. In 10 seconds, Fong Ping and the others could exchange thousands of moves. How was it short? Fong Ping did not care about this. He said, "Can't you continue to strengthen? I think if you continue to absorb vitality, there shouldn't be a bottleneck. In your dreams." Old Man Li denied his statement. He said quickly, "I'm not too sure about my cultivation situation now, but there's still a limit. In a short period of time, there's no way for me to break through again. I'll see after I digest for a while. My body is strengthening too fast, and my vitality is increasing too much. I need to control and restrain myself to proceed to the next step of strengthening." Old Man Li did not need to take the Tao path, but he also had a strengthening limit. It was not necessarily a good thing for his strength to increase too much. It was very likely that he would lose control instantly and explode himself. Fong Ping and the others had experienced this before. Fong Ping rubbed his chin. No matter what, Old Man Li's Tao did not seem to have many restrictions. At least it was not as big as Origin, and it was not as big as martial arts. For martial arts, the bottleneck was more serious than Origin. Cutting Origin. It's a huge trump card against Origin powerhouses, but it's not very useful against martial arts. Old Man Li said indifferently, against martial arts, it's naturally a head-on fight. At least I have the strength of a 6th breakthrough. If I encounter a 6th breakthrough, I might be able to kill the other party. But it won't be that easy for the other party to kill me, because I can hide in Origin for a while. As for dealing with Origin, it was even more mysterious. The old man could directly enter Origin to kill him. Fong Ping nodded. This was the old man's biggest advantage. "Not bad. I don't think it's difficult to kill Ironhead," Fong Ping commented. Beside him, Li Hansong looked embarrassed, a little unconvinced. He muttered, "I have jade bones. He won't be able to kill me with his physical body. Moreover, I have emperor armor, so I won't be killed by him." As for Origin, Li Hansong curled his lips again. "Origin cutting Tao. I don't think Instructor Li can cut that Tao of mine." Needless to say, Fong Ping thought about it carefully. Even if Old Man Li's flesh had entered Origin, the time he could persist was too short. Li Hansong had a true Tao, but that was the true ultimate Tao. If Old Man Li wanted to cut this Tao, it would not be that easy. If he could not cut it, he would fall out of the origin universe and out of the real world. Li Hansong would take advantage of his weakness to kill him. He might even be able to kill Old Man Li. Old Man Li looked indifferent, glancing at Li Hansong in disdain. He had an attitude of not being calculative with him. If he could not cut it, he could still cut his origin world. As for the destruction of the origin world, it was hard to say how much impact it would have on Li Hansong. Of course, even if he could not beat him, he had to pretend that he could. Old Man Li could not be bothered with this guy. Fong Ping found it funny watching the two of them competing. He said quickly, "All right, 2 against 6, what's there to fight about?" Right now, there are a lot of 6 breakers. Breaking 8 is the mainstream in the 3 realms. Both of you might not be able to resist a Breaking 8 powerhouse even if you work together. These two were considered powerhouses among the 6 breakers. Although their vitality was not strong, one had jade bones and emperor armor, the other had sky-crushing sword and slasher. If the two of them worked together, a beginner breaking 7 might not be their match. But against a breaking 8, forget it. If they did not die, they would be lucky. At the side, Wu Quishan pretended to be dead, not saying a word. Even a 6 breaker was looked down upon. As an emperor level, it was better for him not to speak, lest he was attacked by Fong Ping. What rubbish emperor level! It was not that Fong Ping had not said these words before. A 6th breaker was rubbish. Old Man Li was MCMAU's strongest powerhouse. His harvest this time was not small, or rather, it was huge. After he finished his promotion, the others also finished one after another. Fong Ping felt a few eager gazes. He glanced sideways and saw Qin Yunxi and the rest. Fong Ping nodded slightly, not in a hurry to go over. Today, although he wanted to gather with them, sometimes time really did not allow for it. Old Man, get ready with Iron Head. I'm going to chew mainland these 2 days. Us. Old Man Li was a little surprised. Although our abilities are not weak, we won't be of much help to you. We won't drag you down, right? It's fine. Fong Ping smiled. This time, I'm not looking for trouble. I mainly want to talk about cooperation. Of course, if we really fall out, then we'll fight them. The reason I'm bringing you guys is mainly because both of your origins are not obvious, similar to Chu's chi dynamics. At Chu, they still have some contempt for origins. Of course, contempt is useless, they still can't defeat origins. I heard that Fist God and the rest are extremely hostile to origins. If I bring others, I'm afraid that it will cause conflict to intensify. Then are you bringing Ash? Fong Ping glanced at Ash on his shoulder and smiled. I'll bring it. It's fine. Let Ash transform a little like a tiger or something. Li Hansong grimaced. You're so easy. Do you really think that Skyarm and the rest don't know that you brought a baby tiger last time? Transform into a tiger. Fong Ping did not care what they thought. He continued, Actually, I'm bringing you guys to see how to become stronger. At Chu, there might be some benefits. There are many heavenly kings over there, and there are many heavenly kings at Chu. It's not that simple. Don't underestimate Chu powerhouses. These fellows, to be able to survive until now, they're not simple characters. Why don't we let the minister bring us there? Old Man Li was still worried. If Fong Ping went to meet the Chu powerhouses, he was worried that a fight would break out immediately. Zhang Tao, on the other hand, was smooth and slick. If they talked about cooperation, it might be much easier. You're thinking too much. At Chu, powerhouses are respected. If old Zhang goes, who can he intimidate? If I go, I can intimidate Chu. Fong Ping said it confidently. He indeed had the capital to be confident. Breaking 9 was enough to suppress Fist God. The current Fong Ping did not really want to start a war with Chu. There was no need. Everyone's enemy was the emperor. If they could form an alliance, they could. If Fist God and the rest could break nine, they could also become the main force to resist the emperor. As for Hongyu and the rest of the Origin's powerhouses, to be honest, Fong Ping was not too assured. Moreover, once these people achieved Emperor Realm, Fong Ping felt that the other emperors would not be unprepared. If they were really unprepared, would they dare to let these people prove, after plotting for so many years, the three realms' Origin's powerhouses might be under their control? These people might not be as useful as the Chu powerhouses at the last moment. Both of them nodded. Ironhead chuckled. Senior Sky Arms still thinks highly of me. If I have any acquaintances, it'll be more convenient. At this time, Wu Quishan had no choice but to interrupt. You want to cooperate with Chu? It was fine before, but now that Fist God and the rest have broken out of the Imperial Tomb, to be honest, the difficulty has increased. Tengu, Tianchen, and the rest have a grudge against them. And these few have a good relationship with Ash. They've been keeping an eye on Ash. If you bring Ash there, aren't you afraid that they'll surround and kill you? Fong Ping said calmly. Things have to be solved eventually. It's because they're keeping an eye on Ash that I want to bring Ash there. It'll be best if we can resolve their conflict. If not, these people will keep an eye on Ash. When that happens, don't blame me for being ruthless. I don't want to be held up by these people at a critical moment. Avoiding Ash's matter was not a solution. Chu was bent on killing Ash. If he did not solve it now, a conflict would break out sooner or later. It would break out on the day the boundary wall broke, which would be even more dangerous. Fong Ping also wanted to go to Chu mainland this time with the intention of solving the problem. If Fist God and the rest still did not give up and insisted on killing Ash, Fong Ping could talk and fight. If there was really no way to talk, he would not be merciful and let this group of potential dangers stay. There were a few top-notch ones who had broken through 8. If they broke through 9, at a critical moment, it would be extremely dangerous. Even if the underworld god and the rest had cooperated with him before, Fong Ping would not be merciful. If they could not cooperate, then they were enemies. If they were enemies, then they had to be dealt with. Chu was also seeking survival. Fong Ping knew, and even felt the same. Chu was also looking for a way out. But humans were also seeking survival and looking for a way out. On Chu's side, if it affected humans, Fong Ping would not care about it. Even if Chu was destroyed, Fong Ping would not care. As soon as Fong Ping said that, the few of them knew what he meant. Their expressions were a little complicated. Chu had been oppressed for many years, fighting with the Origin until now. It had to be said that it was very similar to the current situation of humans. Now, what Fong Ping meant was that if they could cooperate, they would cooperate. If not, they would destroy Chu. Was it too cold-blooded, too black-hearted? The thoughts flashed in their minds, and soon they no longer had such thoughts. Everything was for the sake of humans. Fong Ping was called the Devil King and the Executioner. Could it be for himself? Was it not because he was forced to do something beyond his abilities? Everyone present was an accomplice. They were even the people who forced Fong Ping to take this path. Wu Quishan exhaled, suppressing all the thoughts in his mind. Then you be careful. It's not easy to provoke them over there. There are a lot of them who have broken through 8. It's best to bring Heavenly King subduing along to avoid being schemed against. There are a lot of powerhouses in the catacombs now. These people know that you went to Chu mainland. Be careful, they might attack you. Don't worry. Fong Ping was not too worried. He had broken through 9. Ash Cat had broken through 9. If he really encountered a sovereign, it was not impossible for him to survive. Wu Quishan did not say anything else. Fang Ping was not a child anymore. He had conquered the 3 realms, killed 9 breakers, and it was not like he had not come into contact with sovereigns. Living until now, he did not need Wu Quishan to teach him. He was just a little worried. Today, Fang Ping was the true #1 powerhouse of the human race. Wu Quishan was not at ease with Heavenly King subduing. They chatted for a while. Soon, Fang Ping ended the conversation. MCMU cafeteria. Fang Ping, Chun Yunxi, and the others sat at a table. Fang Ping looked at the dishes on the table, slightly distracted. It seemed like he had not eaten in a long, long time. He had almost forgotten about eating. Picking up a piece of meat, Fang Ping chewed it slowly. Although it was not as nourishing and full of energy as demon flesh, to Fang Ping, it was extraordinarily fragrant and sweet. It was just an ordinary home-cooked dish, but when Fang Ping ate it, it tasted better than anything else. Perhaps this was life. It had been more than 3 years. Ever since he entered the martial arts circle, Fang Ping rarely had such an opportunity to sit down, order a few dishes, chat with friends for a while, talk about everything, and enjoy life. Ordinary people had this opportunity, but he really did not. Beside him, a cat was also eating happily. As it ate, it muttered, "Recently, my diet has been abnormal. I used to eat 4 meals a day. Now, I haven't eaten for many days. It'll hurt my body." This cat's diet was quite regular before. 4 to 5 meals a day, morning, noon, evening, and supper. At Fang Ping's house, the kitchen was open all day. Now that there were many things to do, this cat had not gone back for a while. However, Fang Ping was still a little gloomy. "Hurt my body? Hurt your sister. You're a monarch cat. You're telling me that not eating is bad for your body. Can you say something, human?" The others could not help but laugh. Although they did not know how strong the cat was, this cat had been #1 on the emperor ranking a long time ago and had entangled many saints. No matter what, it had the strength close to a heavenly king. Although they laughed, no one said anything. Fu Changding and the others raised their glasses to Fang Ping. Everything was said in silence. Although they had not seen each other for a while, who did not know why Fang Ping was fighting the powerhouses in the outland. As for themselves, they were also working hard to catch up. They only hoped that when the war broke out, they would not be powerless. Although everyone was getting further and further away from Fang Ping, the passion in their hearts was still there. Fu Changding chuckled. "Fang Ping, be careful. Although our strength is not enough, when the day comes, even if we can't participate in the war, we can still cheer for the human king." Congratulations for the human king slaying the emperor. The last cheer was said sonorously and forcefully. Fu Changding's blood was boiling. He laughed and said, "You only need to know that we're all on your side. You're not fighting alone. That's enough. Drink." They drank it all in one gulp. Although the wine in the glass could no longer make them drunk, at this moment, everyone's blood was still boiling. They raised their glasses one after another and drank it all in one gulp. When the day came, even if they could not participate in the war, they would not let Fang Ping and the others feel lonely. They were watching, waiting, and fighting together. Congratulate them. If they won, humanity would prosper. If they lost, they would go to hell together. In this life, there was nothing to regret. Fang Ping's emotions were also fluctuating. He drank silently and did not say any heroic words. These companions who had fought together with him in the past might not be strong enough, might not be of much help, but they had never given up. They had always fought and fought for the future of humanity. If they would not give up, he would not. The cups were scattered, and the food and wine were full. It was only at this moment that Fang Ping felt that he was still a human and not a killing machine. He had killed people like flies, and blood flowed like a river. He was almost numb. His ice-cold heart could only melt a little when he returned to the human world. He looked around silently, remembering everyone's faces. He only hoped that he could drink with them again. Next time, you're tuning in to the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.